Hey, party people. Broadcasting from deep in the heart of Texas. It is now the 11th hour. Do you know where your reality is? What is up, everyone? I am your host with the most scare performance, and alongside Fizzy Pop here. And hope you guys are doing well tonight on this beautiful Saturday night. I know some places of the country has been a little bit hectic. I know that over the Wisconsin area, they had a tornado alert and all kinds of stuff. Tornadoes in Wisconsin. Isn't that a little weird, Fizzy? I mean, kind of strange. I've never heard of. There used to be a thing called Tornado Alley, and it was like a
Yeah,
little alley that would
I thought it
extend like
was only
Oklahoma,
like,
Nebraska, Texas.
the middle
Yeah,
one with all the plains and
yeah,
stuff. I don't really
the
remember
plane.
where Wisconsin is, but isn't it too
Now
far
they're.
north?
I think it is too far north. I mean, it's like there. I mean, like I just never heard of Wisconsin tornadoes or New York tornadoes, or they're happening all over the place. Very strange
Yeah,
weather
we
event.
had a tornado last summer. I
Yeah.
forgot about that. It only
Mm-hmm.
touched down for a little bit, but it destroyed a whole house. It wasn't
Yeah.
just a little one, it was a real one.
Out here in Texas, we know where our tornado. Well, see, the tornadoes is weird. The weather patterns have shifted for years and years and years. There was a county called Palo Pinto County. I don't know what type of stuff they were doing out in Palo Pinto County. I don't know if they were worshiping the devil or something or doing something, but I'm just telling you that place got hit by tornadoes like literally every year. Like you'd see these weather patterns come in and it'd be like, if you're in Palo Pinto County, take shelter now, and then it would move through Fort Worth and then kind of maybe toward Dallas a little bit. But it was always one little area. It was like there was sort of this area, this line of where the tornadoes would be. Now they're kind of all over, they're scattered out. But yeah, we used to joke and be like, well, as long as you don't have a trailer park in Palo Pinto County, you're going to be great. Don't worry, But you get a trailer park in Palo Pinto, yeah, you're gonna be doing some Wizard of Oz. I'm just telling you because that place would just get nailed, and it was always, I don't know what it was about trailer parks too. It would never hit the houses, just wipe out trailer parks left and right. I mean, they found trailers, just scattered abroad, because they would hit Palo Pinto and just people would be in the next county. They'd wake up in the next county and be like, damn, it's just crazy. I'm in a new zip code. No, it wasn't that bad, but look, let me check this room out. I've been reading some of this chat too. I heard what you guys said about me,
Oh, you're giving me a
and
hard time.
you guys have no idea what it's like to get up and deal with a fur face puppy who is like bugging you to death. Okay, and I was telling him like, no, you're not going out right now, man. You can't. Koki is crazy, and he won't leave me alone. He's like, they always want to go and do something. The dogs always want something to do right before a broadcast. They want to go out and potty, or they want
Mhm.
to do, you know what I mean? Like, or they want a snack. But it's like they wait until literally they see the sign come up that we're going on air, and then they're like, "Hey, well, I think I need something." I was like, drives me crazy. They're wild. Also, let me ask people in the chat. I got a question. This is an observational thing, me and my strange observations. But my dog has new markings on his head. He's got like a third, like some sort of Buddha, bindi slash third eye thing
Third
going
eye.
on. Yeah, he's got this weird like third
He's
eye
an
happening
enlightened
here.
doggo.
He's an enlightened puppy. It's weird. I've never listen. I have me and this dog, okay, we do a lot of snuggling, okay, a lot of hugging, stuff like that. So I'm always, like he puts his paws up on my lap, and then I kind of, give him a hug and like kiss his head and stuff, like I love my dogs, right? I'm not gonna lie. So I'm very aware of his markings. Has anybody else had pets or their markings look that they've changed a little bit or done anything. I understand dogs getting older and sometimes they get like gray hair and stuff like that, and it changes the color on their fur. But this is like a dot, like this weird, like an eye on
Did
the
he
top of it.
join a doggy cult?
the dog. What would it be? A dog Illuminati or something? Dogonomic? I don't know. I
don't know, but you said he's desperate to go out all the time, and he comes back with a white dot. He might be in a doggy cult.
Your lipstick is
He's trying to disrupt your broadcast for the overlords. That's what he's trying to do.
I don't know what's going on. He's like, is he a Mandela dog? That Hannah Walker points out, and no, Spencer, lipstick is not rubbing off on him. There's no dressing.
Nobody wears white lipstick.
And besides, it's not white. It's a darker spot. That's the thing. It's not white. It's not like he's got gray hair growing in. It's a darker spot now. Like, when did you get that spot on your head? I keep messing with it, and I'm like, I keep thinking, is it dirty? I try to wash it off. You can't wash off the spot. You just can't.
Okay.
So
I was just checking because one time my cat, when we were painting, she rubbed against the paint, and so she had white fur. So we had to wait for it to grow out because there's no way to get the paint out of her.
Oh no!
But I'm pretty sure it's a dog cult.
You think he's leaving and he's like he's doing stuff at night, like meeting up with other dogs and doing.
Think about it, Dan.
Rituals. Yeah.
No, think about it. Okay, you lost your main channel. Your dog joins a cult, tries to disrupt every broadcast we do.
Ooh. He's working.
He might be working for the lizards.
For them, whoever they. Yeah. For them. Maybe. Yeah. Oh my God! I never thought of it like that. Maybe. Somebody said your dog who's a wizardry says he's going from K9 to 5G.
Oh no, poor puppy.
That's fine.
Yeah, you got to get a picture of the new spot and we can compare. So on Monday I expect a picture of this.
I'm gonna look.
Marker.
See, I've got a bunch of old pictures of him. I'm telling you, this is a new spot. I'm telling you, he better not have this spot on the older pictures. I'm gonna die. I'm absolutely gonna die. I'll be like, oh my God, this is crazy. But I do not remember because it's just so blatant now. I'm like, what is that? Like I said, I did try to clean it off. It doesn't wipe off. So, I was so disturbed. I was like, come here. Let me take this rag to your head, boy. And I'm rubbing on it. I'm like, oh, it ain't coming off. Can't get the spot off the dog. All right. Well, let me check out who is here. We have a lone one. We have Birdie Beetle Art is here. CJ Wood, Deborah O'Connor, Chicken with a Wrench, Glowing's Me, Hannah Walker. It's cool, mofo. It cool. Jennifer Lambert has one N. That's so weird. Remember that girl with two N's, man? It's bothering me. I'm a 2N Jennifer. How about you guys? You guys remember her with 2 N's? Maybe she's just messing with us. Jim Ross, Jose Martinez, Melissa Hecker, Michael Fontaine, Moonlit Illusion, Mountain Scooter, Mr. Million, Pushing Buttons, 62, Quantum Paradox, Richard Melgar, Sock Puppet Blue, Spencer's Mustache, Splatter 420, Variable Wizardry. All right. Awesome. Hey, I've hit well over 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I am happy about that, of course. And I thought about, I was like, well, should I go ahead and monetize the other channel, the backup channel, just continue my, I don't know, YouTube prowess, I guess, if you can say, and build my empire, my media empire with my 1,000 subs. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm so defeated with YouTube. I'm just like, man, being on the 3-month ban. Oh, by the way, that should be lifting pretty soon, I think, right? Like, didn't it lift in June?
I think so.
I think that'll be the 3 months.
I'll have to look it up. I just wanted to say real quick.
What's on?
About Jennifer Lambert. I know that her sim has 2 N's.
Ooh,
I spelled it. Either I spelled it wrong or she changed.
Oh, you didn't spell it wrong. Girls, man, deck. What's Jennifer?
If I go back in the game that it's got 1 N, I'm gonna freak out.
That's okay. Some records do too because it's more than normal. No, Jen, I'm telling you, I read these names off all the time. She's like, nah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's funny. Okay. Well, I just have a memory. Whatever. I don't know. What's up?
They said there's a storm headed your way.
Nuh-uh.
Connie's in
No.
Texas. She said there's
There's a storm heading my way. Oh, great. Jeez. First the dog. First it was YouTube. Then the dog is against me. Now the storms. Boy, oh boy.
Oh gosh, grapefruit size hail slams North Texas.
Oh, that's North
What
Texas.
is going on down there?
I'm Central Texas. I'm sort of like, here. Whoa. Damn, let's look at this hail. Oh my God. That is enormous hail. Holy shit. Okay, let me put this on the screen real quick because now we're talking about some weather events here. 1 second, people. Let me get to the screen here. Where is the duck? I lost the duck. Oh, there it is. All right. Going to the duck here. Let me show you this on screen. Bam. Look, there's somebody's hand right here. That is the hail. Now, it looks like it's covering their entire paw of their hand. I mean, my goodness. Let's look at the video here.
In these uncertain times, look after your...
Oh, God, I can't.
I'm so sick of that phrase. These uncertain times. We care about you here at blah, blah, blah. No, you don't.
Yeah, whatever. We're here as you shelter in place with your family and wait for the corona. Okay, let's see here. All right. Is this almost over? Can I skip this ad? No, I can't. Oh, boy.
Yeah, JP Morgan cares about us.
Wow. That's a good piece of hail.
Our shelter is located in our garage.
Whoa. Whoa. Oof.
Can you imagine that landing on your car?
That's not Can you imagine landing on your head? Good Lord. Thank God somebody like, I'm just thinking if you're outside playing some golf and you're like, a storm's coming. You're like, I'm going to finish this back nine. Yeah. These are killers, man. Oh.
And actually had the door slightly open. We actually had to kind of close it more because it was like flying in, it'd ricochet off of stuff and it would fly into the shelter with the kids and it was like hitting us.
That's one big solid ball of hail. Goodness gracious. Oh, yeah, tornadoes. Yeah. You get the tornadoes, you get the hail, for sure. Yeah, one of the signs is like here in Texas, if you're out there and you see weather like this and you see hail first, a lot of times, look out because it could be.
Do you guys have a a storm shelter like Dorothy, like underground? What are you supposed to do?
No, we don't. No, that's the crazy part about. That's a really weird thing about Texas is we don't have basements. Most houses don't have them. Most Texas is on clay. The soil it moves quite a bit, and underneath that is bedrock, or shale, and the problem with that is all of it is it's not real solid either way. You have the shale, and then you have the clay, and you could probably dig into it, but you'd have to really it's so expensive to put in a basement. We don't have any real dirt. A lot of people have to bring in dirt into their yards, like real soil, because just with a clay kind of dirt yard, and it just sucks. I mean, it does nothing really grow. I mean, you grow some grass, but mainly what you grow is a lot of weed. Texas, we call it Texas grass. It's like a mixture of weeds and grass. And then when you mow it, it looks pretty. Looks like a yard. I mean, you can't tell. It just grows very spotty, here and there. But yeah, that's what we have here, and it's just
I think I'd rather have I think I'd rather have our terrible snowstorms than tornadoes and all the weird bugs and snakes and things you guys got down there.
Yeah, we're kind of like a moderate version of Australia. Texas is,
Yeah, it is.
We are, yeah. I always think of us like that. Like we're just a moderate version of Australia. We don't have like, we don't have all the things that can kill you like Australia. We don't have crazy stuff, but we have enough crazy stuff that make it interesting, to say the least. So, yeah, there's that. Very, very interesting hail there. All right, let's see what else we got here. We had some. I guess we can get into some of the clippings here. This was a meme. We'll start out with this one. This is kind of funny. How about this one? Like that one, Fizzy? It's just the flu, you fucking retards. Mask. There it is.
I like the expression.
Yeah.
Go home, second wave, 2 more weeks. And he's just like, nah.
Wear the mask. Wear the mask.
Well,
yeah. It's so weird. I'm sorry. A lot of people are wearing these now. These masks. It's just, I just can't. I'm sorry. I just can't. I'm just like, I'm having a hard time. When just seeing people with this.
It really
this
is.
I never thought it. So I'm really despising it. In fact, when I see a doctor wear it, it's no big deal. Doctors wear it. You just sort of see it. It's like, yeah, okay, you expect it. But seeing it everywhere now, it's just, ugh. I'm like really grossed out by it. I'm sorry. It's such a. I'm just out. Okay, I'm done. I just can't.
I've seen people. I've seen people like I was at the gas station, and this woman apparently forgot her mask. She went into her trunk and grabbed this dirty old hoodie and wrapped that around her face. I'm like, that's disgusting. Like, that's worse than the virus. Whatever is on that sweatshirt.
I see that we got a question here. Why is it called Freaky Friday, dude? Are you watching the chat?
You typoed it. That's all.
What'd I call it?
Just Freak Friday.
Freak Friday? Oh, why? I'll go back and fix it. Jeez. They don't let me miss a beat, do they?
Well, Mandela people are observant.
Boy. Goodness gracious, man. Here, I'm adding the Y right now. Okay. I'm doing it right. Okay. All right, here it is. It's Freaky Friday. There it is. Okay. Freak Friday. And Eric, YouTube, this usually temporary. Wait a moment, then try again. Really? Come on, man. You're killing me here. Just change. Just change it. Is it because we're live? Maybe they won't let me do it because
I haven't set my skin type yet.
Yeah, and this is the thing. We're coming to.
Oh.
I just gave myself a broadcast tonight.
I was like, what
I'm blaming Mountain Scooter for that one. I'm so not taking responsibility for that at all. I totally just went in there to edit this thing, and then like also I was trying to get back in it, and the duck is so weird. Like it doesn't really have
it
a button.
Say like, are you sure? It just closes.
Yeah, no, there's no "Are you sure?" Yeah, I've been programmed, for the last 20 years with the "Are you sure you want to mess this up?" Now they're just like, oh, okay, he wants to leave. Well, peace. So I peace out, and I don't even realize it.
And my mic sounds like.
Yeah, what's wrong?
Does my mic sound funny to you? They say it sounds muffled to them, like underwater.
Well, sounds all right. You're always a little nasal.
Yeah, our internet's pretty nasty lately. They keep giving us money back. I'm like, I don't want the money back. I just want you to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that screenshot, everybody was freaking out about the new coronavirus tracking app that they're supposed to add. And I just happened to look in my health app, and some of the questions they ask are a little strange. Like, they want to know exactly how white you are. Like, I guess there's 4 different levels of whiteness.
Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, they wouldn't dare ask for you to rate your blackness, would they? It's okay to ask white folks, But don't like if they did that, like, or even if you're like you're asking me like what skin tone like are you? What what brown are you? Are you olive? Are you whatever? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like they don't go there. But with the white folks, I guess it's okay to just simply ask. And it's also called the Fitzpatrick skin type. That's funny. There's this part of the app on screen. I thought it'd be fun to look at. So I find it funny that they call it the Fitzpatrick skin type. Like as probably some of the whitest people on the planet. The Fitzpatricks.
Well, it's a
That was
really
very
strange system. Apparently, it's designed to figure out like how easily your skin tans.
like
So
why
that's
do
an
they want
even
to know?
stranger
Why do they
question.
care? Why do they
Yeah,
care how you can? Oh, this is my question first.
I don't
What do you
know.
care about my? Why do you care about my tanning abilities or lack thereof? You know, uh, this is odd. Okay, so this is the health thing. So we're gonna get into this, and this is some things that are coming out. Here's something out of. Wait a minute. Hold on. This is another meme right here. It says everyone on my timeline right here. There's me.
You missed that. There was a couple of days where everyone was making these goofy cartoon people. You missed out, Dan.
Was that Facebook?
Of course. I'll show you mine later.
Yeah. Probably a good thing why I missed out. To be honest with you, yeah, there's a good reason for that. Once again, everybody's sitting around making memes and caricatures, basically of themselves. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
Right.
all the truthers were like, "How dare you? It's just a distraction. Don't play their games." And I'm sitting over there customizing my top and like doing all this stuff with it.
Well, like I said, it's par for the course for you because, in all honesty, you play The Sims, and this is nothing for you. You
Yeah,
kidding me?
true.
All the time. Yeah, you're a pro at it. In fact, people should probably hire you. Say, would you make a meme of me? Because you do a good job making our Sims. This is the one I wanted to
Yeah,
check.
sometimes.
Yeah. Ford government willing to participate in nationwide contact tracing app. Contact tracing. So I guess this is some new word. I've never heard of this terminology before. Contact tracing. So is this like basically it's an app that will once it knows that you have corona, I guess there'll be an app that'll
Mhm.
show where the latest corona victim is.
Yeah,
Isn't that
it'll
great?
alert you
Yeah.
if you like
Yeah.
if you've come into contact with them, if you've been in the same store as them. But the weird thing is, like, how are they going to enforce people? Because I showed you the health app. Everything in it you have to enter manually. It doesn't just automatically, like, put the info in. So people are doing this voluntarily, which is really sad. Like, I'm not telling anybody if I get the corona.
No. Well, you wouldn't want to if you're going to be like added to some freaking
And
app
shun list.
and shunned. You're gonna be shunned. Like, what happens? Like, if you're on the like, what if you get like, imagine if all of a sudden you go to a store and like you notice everyone starts staring at you and just staring like you're like it's something from like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They know you're one of them, right? And they just start pointing and screeching. Like what if that happens and you get added to the freaking contact list by mistake? And you're shunned by your public, or I don't know. It's weird. Do you think about that? You could get, well, people could get weird. Like in China, they were beating up people and stuff. They thought, I don't know,
Did you see the one where someone came into Walmart without a mask and everyone was like, get out of here. And they were like literally shouting at this person.
I saw the one where the black guy and his mom got wrestled to the ground because no, that wasn't because of corona.
They
It was
kept
more
calling the woman dirty. You're dirty. You're disgusting. Get out of here, because she wasn't wearing a mask. It's like, wow. They don't need to, like, people are doing this voluntarily, because like if you did want a workaround, the health app apps can't access it without your permission. and it only has the information that you give it. So
Yeah, but what
Okay.
happens if they mandate that it's linked to your medical records or something? Like, eventually, because it becomes a part of national security that we must know.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have a weird theory. You want to hear my
Okay.
weird theory? All right. Let me get some coffee. My weird theory is that we all have a coronavirus. And the reason why they're making us wear the masks is because our germs are affecting the controllers or the lizard people or certain people with certain types of DNA types. It's
Well, but the
affecting.
lizards aren't getting it. They
How do
don't
we
even
know?
care.
We don't know that the lizards are getting it. Look at Fauci. He's keeping a mask on. We know he's a lizard. I mean,
Hmm.
come on. I mean,
Yeah,
look at
but
that
how
guy.
many
If
like
he sprouted a tail, if he repped out in front of you, would you really be surprised? I mean, let's be honest, people. Come on. Let's just all be adults. If Fauci turned into a fucking lizard right there in
Aside
front,
from
would you
coronavirus.
would you really be
shit,
that shocked? Uh-oh, what's happening? You there, Fizz?
yeah, something's going crazy.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know. No one's gonna be that surprised. It's not gonna be like, McCain when Petraeus turned into a lizard in front of him. I still say that's what happened. I don't know for sure, but the way McCain reacted when he looked at Petraeus was like, I was like, okay, watch this clip and watch McCain's face. And first McCain is like looking like all weird, like the look on his face was like, oh, what the F am I looking at? And then he jumps forward and his eyes spring open, like, holy shit, man. Like, you just turned into a freaking 7-foot lizard. And I joke about it, but I swear to God, it's like that reaction to what he saw makes perfect sense in that scenario, right? Like, I was just dying laughing because it definitely didn't seem like somebody who like just passed out. Like, if you pass out, you're just gonna look over the next guy and go, "Oh my God!" Like, which do we need to, get up and do something or whatever? I don't need to see that. But that was weird. I'm just saying. Anyway, yeah, I think Fauci's a lizard. He's a little baby lizard though. He's like more like a gecko, like a full-fledged Draco
Dinosaur.
reptilian. Yeah, he's like an underling or something. Probably. I just don't. Fauci just gives me the creeps, especially when he's sitting there with that mask on behind Trump. Ugh, I'm just dying up here. It's like, man,
He
dude,
looks
you're
like
a
an old Nazi.
it looks like, yeah, are like, yeah, are maybe the offspring of Nazis or something. Like, he just like, I'm sorry, but there's something about him. It's like so weird.
Can you
Just
show
so-
the clip of that? Some people haven't seen it. They want to see the lizard guy.
Which one
We're
of
talking about.
McCain? Of McCain?
Yeah.
One where Petraeus fall? Yeah, hold on. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. General Petraeus. Let's see, General Petraeus. Let's see. It was. Let's see. Collapses. Let's see what I can find here. Oh yeah, here it is. The raw video. This is from the Associated Press. So, hi, hello, copyright, my old friend. I know you're gonna strike me again. Let me go here. Okay. All right. So this is the General Petraeus. All right. Note he's wearing green, which is very symbolic of the lizard action here. And here we go. And just watch McCain's face, man. I swear to God, this is so funny. All right, here it goes.
Well, let me reiterate my admiration.
Just focus on McCain, man. Just now, and think to yourself, here is a guy turning into a lizard. Okay, like a effing reptilian.
And respect, General, for you and our military leaders and the difficulty of the task before them. I think you are one of America's great heroes, but I continue to worry a great deal.
Hold on, let me go for it.
So when you threaten them, their lizard pops out?
I don't know what happened. I think he just like he got nervous or something, or the device that keeps his human sheath on or something like failed. I don't know what happened.
To succeed rather than set an arbitrary timeline. And the best way to
He's like, huh?
He's like, oh no, yeah, like right here, like right about now. He looks so like, huh? Like just imagine the gears turning in his mind. Like he's like, look at his eyebrows, like one's down, one's up. Like he's like, if a guy's passing out, you're not gonna look like that. You're not gonna have that strange face. Like,
Yeah.
guys just
You're gonna be
laughs.
like,
You're
oh my
like,
gosh, are you
know?
okay?
Yeah. Now watch this shit. That little move right there, man. Watch. Let me go back. Okay. Just watch him. He'll kind of go forward like, what the F?
Oh my god.
He's like, this dude. And then everybody, surrounds him real quick to hide him from the cameras. What's kind of weird is this guy down here, he doesn't even seem to give two shits. He's over here texting or something. Like this guy, look at him. He doesn't care. He's like, yeah, whatever. He doesn't even, like, nobody seems to be paying attention. This dude just, so I don't know if it was just weird how it all went down. Like some people are jumping up. Other people are just sort of like not even really like caring. It's like nobody's getting freaked out.
Yeah,
Anyway,
see the woman at the desk is just reading something. Like nobody cares this guy's falling over.
Yeah. This girl right here, this is our elected officials, man. Wow, really observant people. Let me just tell you. I mean, like, look at her. She's over here just reading. Like, nobody sees it. This guy repped out right in front of him, I guess. I don't know. But there's that. And there you go. And let me go back here to the, crazy stuff. And I joke about that all the time. Like, that's funny to me. All right. So this is we're back to the contract tracing app. This is sent to me by Mandela Health and stuff. So shout out to her. Thank you for this submission. Let's look at this here. This is I don't know what this is. I think this was Canada or something. They're talking about doing this. Let's see what they're doing here. Ontario, Premier Doug Ford here. Let's see. It looks like he signaled Friday the Providence would join the nationwide smartphone app program. Okay, so this is out of Ontario. So let's look at this. See what happens.
They said also it's going to be included in all of the iPhone updates. There's going to be a tracker on your iPhone, which there already is. So don't even worry about it.
Don't worry. Yeah, they've been tracking you for years. Yeah, big deal. Here it is, right?
Siri probably perks up every time I cough.
Mm-hmm. Now said it is stepping up efforts to work on this with the provinces. CB24's Jackie Crandall joins us live with more on this. Jackie.
It's an important thing. It requires a lot of manpower, but in terms of finding out who could potentially have contracted COVID-19, tracing back where somebody was, someone that's confirmed to have it, it's an important thing moving forward in terms of opening up the economy and the country. That's what we heard from the Prime Minister today. Also important to note that there were more than 1,000 new cases reported across the country today, more than 82,000 since the start of this pandemic. So the focus.
Are these people welding? Jesus, man. Face shields now too. Oh, so crazy. Nah, it's not just a mask. It's shields. But here, note the huge lines of people here getting corona checked. I mean, like, wow. Really backed up, can hardly get in. They got one guy sitting here being like, he's, I guess, got the clipboard. This is so set up. This is a bunch of BS. Anyway, here we go.
On tracking down those cases and finding out who those individuals may have potentially passed the virus on to. Trudeau addressing the need to increase the ability and capacity to make those necessary contacts. The federal government says you
see how they did that? They just go in there and like, here, give me your nose. Let me stick this thing up. And I don't think so, dude. we're gonna be fighting. You try to stick something up my nose. I'm just gonna tell you, ain't happening. Just not doing it. No, it's already bad enough. I actually went to a place where they did the temperature screen. They're like measuring my forehead with the laser. Isn't that crazy? What do you think about that, Fizzy? And she's gone. And I'm running a solo broadcast here. What's up, people? Pretty soon I'll be playing pickup sticks with my butt cheeks. I will. And no, but seriously, let's go ahead and keep watching. Fizzy, I'm sure we'll be back. 1 second.
Trained the staff to do it. They have the ability to make 3,600 tracing calls a day, 7 days a week. And that's in addition to Stats Canada, their own manpower. They've trained 1,700 people. They can make up to 20,000 calls a day. The hope is that these callers can ease the backlogs and the high demand for tracing across the country, specifically in Ontario and Quebec. Doing so, according to the Prime Minister, is essential to being able to open up this country.
Since the beginning of this crisis, all jurisdictions have been working towards one common goal: protecting Canadians. The next phase of our collaborative efforts is on testing, contact tracing, and data collection. And I've told the premiers that the federal government is here to support, facilitate, and fund this important work. Taking strong...
How many people want to karate chop him in the throat right now? I'm just saying. I just had this need. Just want to right in the throat. I don't know why. Hey, Fizzy, welcome back. Oh, there she's gone again. Dang. Well, she was here. Fizzy, where you at, girl? All right. I'm just going, off the cuff here, people. I'm just, whatever. Look at this guy. Well, can't you fix his hair? Really? Do you have to have this one? This is bugging the shit out of me. Dude, do they not have moose in Canada? Can we get some moose? Not the four-legged kind. The hair care product. Anyway, so we're watching here. Let's see what else he has to say.
Collaborative action to expand testing and contact tracing is important for both Canadians and businesses to have confidence that we're on the right foot.
An important component of contact tracing is making sure potential contacts with a positive case monitor for symptoms, self-isolate, and get themselves tested. Now, to help do this, the government now turning to technology that we use every single day. The Prime Minister saying soon the government will be strongly recommending the use of an app to monitor and notify people about cases and potential exposure. They're going to be announcing something in the coming weeks on which app will be asked to use, and that is the big question here. We're going to be asked to use it. Privacy watchdogs already sounding the alarm on privacy concerns related to this app and monitoring Canadians. They say that any app should be used voluntarily, and anything that's collected in terms of data not kept permanently. Back to you for now.
Okay, Jackie, thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, Jackie. Oh my God. Okay, I can't seem to. Dude, I'm stuck. What the hell? Hey, Fizzy. What's up?
Hey. I think we're good now.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
What'd you
Seems
do?
a lot faster. It just cut off at 12:12 again, and it usually comes back faster after that. So I think we're good now.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm stuck here. This damn app has me. Okay, hold on. All right, I'm over that. Let me see here. All right, so next big thing in the news. We know about contract tracing apps, of course, as you know. So anyway, just keep your eyes and ears open, people, to that, because I don't know, just all this weird talk.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's voluntary for now, but you never know.
It's funny. Like I said this going on, I was like, they don't let a good crisis go. This is a great crisis. They can do so much, like, to clamp things down and make things harder on us. And I said that's a very good possibility. That's probably what will happen. And we're starting to see it rolled out, here and there on certain things, and just the social distancing policies. But at least in certain countries, they've decided to take it and at least make it a little more fun and friendly for the family here, and social distancing there. Look at this in China. In Japan, is using stuffed capybaras to maintain distancing. And as you can see, the
Way
capybaras
better
are
than mannequins.
way better than mannequins. I can totally dig the capybara, and very cute and very Japanese. There they are. So
Aw.
very cool. Yeah, super cute. So anyway,
I
there's
probably
the
want to
cat.
take it home though. I'd get attached to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm. There's going to be a huge, I mean, it's probably Japan, so you don't really have a problem with that. But if you did that in America, you probably have a lot of stuffed capybara theft. People just snag one, just take. I mean, it'd be hard not to snag one of these. They're so
They
cute.
are
But
cute.
yeah, it's super cute, and it's interesting. So I went to the local Schlonsky's, and I was sitting there, and they've got the tables now, like the booths. So basically, how one booth will have, basically two sides and a table. So what they did
Mhm.
was they made the table super long. They pushed two tables together and then the booths on the end. So like you're sitting there and you got this huge long table, like I guess whatever to talk to people. Even though what's
But
stupid
the
about it is
the people you came in
like
with, you were probably live with them, in
in,
the car with them,
in the car with them. Yeah.
but you have to sit
Yeah. It's funny.
separately. That makes
You have to
sense.
sit further apart. Like you see this weird mind control thing that they're doing. It's really jacked. And I don't know how many restaurants I've seen where like all their tables are stacked in one corner of the restaurant because they had to remove a bunch and keep everything 6 feet apart, basically. It's like really stupid. It's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I came in here with my family
Mhm.
of 4 or 6 or whatever you got. And I walked in here with them in the car with the AC running, spreading Corona, but I've got to sit like super far away from them when we eat at the restaurant. Like that's really going to cure. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I can go to Walmart and still walk around hundreds of people who may
Mhm.
potentially have it. No problem. No problem there. But I still have to go into I still have to go into certain businesses, one person at a time. You're still doing that. Yeah. So
A lot of
you know,
it doesn't make any sense.
makes absolutely zero sense. It's really stupid. Okay, and then here's and we also know that we can get into this too. Our boy Joe Biden was in the news this week, as you know. Big news. Is Joe a racist? Dun dun dun. What do you think?
I'm gonna have to go with yes.
You're going
Lizards
Uncle Joe
usually
is a kid
lizards
grabbing.
usually prefer white bodies. Have you noticed?
They what?
Lizards prefer white bodies. Have you ever seen
Well,
a black person ripped
yeah.
out? Besides, like, what was it, Kanye?
Well, that's an interesting observation. I don't know for sure. I can't really say. Me as being more of the brown persuasion, I think our people are good. I think we were ruled by the so-called reptilians a long time ago. But yeah, I don't know. All I know is this: is that when I heard this story, I was just like, "This is great." So here's the thing. I mean, is Joe Biden a racist? Well, he definitely said some things that would be construed as racist. But did he mean it, or did he just mean that, he was trying to say, look, black people should vote for me because black people should vote Democrat. And, if you're not down, essentially, then you're not really part of the, you're not down. Okay. So I think that's where he was going with it. But the way he put it out there, it's just bad.
He's terrible.
And
Who-
he
I
really
thought
is.
people write their speeches for them, or
He needs a teleprompter bad. Like, I mean, he used to be able to wing this alone. I don't know if he can't really read the teleprompter anymore, and he's even worse with it. I don't know what it is. Every time this guy, I mean, it's so much. So right here, as you know, let me go ahead and get this off the screen here. 1 second here.
I love how like hours later Trump was selling T-shirts about it. Like that just killed me.
But this is great because they do this to Trump all the time, where he'll say something and it's taken out of context, right? And then it's like, oh, he said this. Like, like I don't know how many times I've heard in the media like this, like run with something Trump says and then totally taken out of context. Not that I'm necessarily see, this is where I want to get into. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, I am so sick of the apologies. All right. I'm so sick of people. What I'm really sick of, I don't care that Joe said this. It doesn't affect me in any way. It doesn't, nor do I think it affects any Black people. Really, it doesn't. I think really what most of us here can agree on is that I'm just sick and tired of the politically correct thing that goes on all the time, where you say something, damn well, it's okay. Yes, it sounded racist, but was it meant that way? No, I think most of us would agree it wasn't. He wasn't trying to be racist. It just sounded that way. Now he's got to come out and apologize and say, and that's the same stuff they do to Trump, but Trump just tells them to go F themselves. And I think that's why people resonate with Trump more so than these other politicians, because they're always trying to pander to one side or the other, and they're always trying to put on this image that it's just stupid to me, because look, we all make mistakes, we all say things we didn't mean, we all know typically what you mean, okay, but I just think that this idea that you come out and apologize for everything that you say is just crazy. I think honestly you should really think about what you say. And if you say something, stay with it. Just if Joe is personally, I wish Joe would have come out and said, look, I said that. I don't know how it sounds. Okay. It sounds stupid. All right. I get it. But what I meant was this. Okay. That's all. And just end the day, call it end story. But now, you got to make all this stuff. And of course, here's Trump selling shirts, which is funny because he's trolling the shit out of the guy, And, the political arena is just so insane. It just is. I mean, I joked one time. Okay. Look, I have Black friends and we joke about this stuff all the time. I mean, we are semi-racist all the time. We say stuff, but they know that I don't have a racist bone in my body. The thing is when you're around your friends who are of, different ethnicities, you just, you sometimes say things and do things and they just know it's you. They just know this is Dan. Okay. And I remember one time, and I did this on purpose. So I had a litter of kittens. All right. But I had one Black kitten and I named him Tyrone. Okay. So I contacted my Black friend and I said, bro, I was like, let me ask you a question. Now, fine. And I knew what he was going to say. He knows I'm jacking with him. He knows I named that kitten for a specific reason, just to troll him. And so I called him. I'm like, hey, bro. I was like, I had a whole litter of kittens. And I named one of the kittens Tyrone, the Black one. Racist. And he was like, yeah, yeah, that's racist. Change that kitten's name. But we need to be able to laugh at our differences and joke a little bit.
Cat,
you know what I mean? Like
this beautiful white and black kitten that just happened to have a little mustache. And my dad named him Hitler. I was so mad. I'm like, you can't call him that.
See what I'm saying? Like, dude, you cannot take away humor. Okay. And I feel like political correctness takes away the natural humor in what we are as people. We all have we joke about even Noble, being Canadian. We always make fun of him because Canadians are a little different. There's nothing racist to say anything like that. It's just saying that Canadians sometimes, and no offense to any Canadian friends, I have lots of Canadian listeners. I love Canadians, but they're a little quirky. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. That quirkiness should be celebrated, and we can laugh and joke about our differences. And we used to be able to do that. And I think it sucks that we live in a world where you can't do that anymore, and you have to be so careful about who you offend. I'm done. Like I'm careful about what I say. Okay. I don't want to, I know I say offensive stuff sometimes, but in my hearts, I mean, it's just comedy. I'm just having fun. But if you take away the comedy, You know, and the comedians talked about this a few years ago, like how bad it was where people were getting so triggered and going to the, I mean, they're going to a comedy. They couldn't say certain things because people in the audience would get offended, you know, and they're like, wow, comedy is dying. Like it really is turning here. And it's a really sad thing and a bad state of affairs when you can't, you know, have the type of humor that you used to have, because it makes us better to be able to laugh at our differences and to understand it's okay to be, you know, socially, you know, different than other folks out there, and it's okay. I just think that's weird. So anyway, this is it, and this is a bunch of stuff that's going around. And of course, you had this one. This lady posted on Facebook right here. Look, when I read about Joe Biden, read about what Joe Biden said yesterday, I cringed. But I have read different opinions from Black people about what they think about it. So I'd like to know what my Black friends think. I don't need the opinions of white folks. If you post anything other than a respectful question to Black folks, I will delete it. Similarly, I did not need the opinions of dudes who thought Trump's grab him by the you know what comment was just locker room talk. Okay. I'm sorry, whatever. You know, and she just goes on and she says, I want to know the opinions of the folks directly affected. Well, why are they affected?
So
you know,
you're not allowed
to have
we're
an
not
opinion.
allowed. No.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't, we have to ask them if it's racist, and then if it's racist, we can be upset. Like, you can't decide for yourself. Just hearing it, what you
Look,
think about it.
Right. I've always been in the middle. You know, I've been, maybe it is just my color per se, because I wasn't super light skinned or dark skinned. Maybe it's just been my I guess my fortunate situation to be able to move amongst many different folks out there in circles, right? I've had many Black friends, white friends, of all, you know what I'm saying? Like all through my life. And I've always been accepted because I'm in the middle. You know, I never was that white guy, or I never was the Black guy who dealt with any type of racism. I never had to worry about it. But when I think about this, it's like, man, I think it's really sad that there's like this war or this really hatred for not just it started out with you know, the elites, like, oh, we hate, and then it was like well, now we hate white rich powerful men. Now it's like we hate all white people, and it's starting to get like, you know, very strange, you know, out there. And I feel like that is messed up that we're, you know, that we're going down that road. I think that's a real sad state of affairs. You were saying some, even in the makeup beauty community, they don't want women of fair skin types. They want certain skin type.
Racially
I would
ambiguous.
racially ambiguous. See these political correct terms. So that why is it that we can't, as a person in my position, why can't I look at a Black woman and say that is a beautiful Black woman? Or if I can't look at a white woman and say that's a beautiful white girl? Okay. Why can't I say that? Why can't I just have an opinion on beauty no matter what color it is? Like, that is so strange to me. Like how they have to focus everything on certain demographics and certain like so what happened? What are you doing to people of fair skin types that then, you know, I guess you're trying to say, well, you had it your way for, you know, 250 years or whatever. You know, how many years want to say, you know, and so now what, you're going to punish people on their skin color because why exactly? Like, I don't get it. Help me understand, because that is weird to me. Like, how can we just exclude a certain type of people now and be, would you call it ambiguous, racially ambiguous? Is that what you said it was?
What it's doing is
Okay.
well, this started when I was in high school. A lot of girls would go to tanning beds, and I did it too, because you didn't want to be a pale girl. And now I look at these girls when they're our age and their skin is completely ruined. Do you know what I mean? And so
Mhm.
they should just let people be pale if they want to, and let people be tan if they want to.
Well, years and years, went by where most people, like, if we saw, we think of Kate Moss, or we think of, I'm thinking of some supermodels, that were out there. But, during when I was growing up, I can't remember all of them, but a lot of them, and a lot of them were tall, light skinned, Caucasian women. Okay. But that doesn't mean that there weren't, black supermodels, or there wasn't Hispanic ones, or something like that. I mean, they're always beauty is beauty. I don't know. It's just strange to me. Now we're getting to this point now where we're sort of demonizing, whites, and I think that's kind of really crappy. And you're gonna make people, you're gonna shame them for what? Shame them for being born. Like, aren't we doing? Essentially, aren't we, in some weird way, socially, we're sort of pushing the other direction with this. And I think that, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I think we need to stop with all again, it comes down to the political correctness thing, where they want everybody to feel like nobody to be offended or whatever. I don't think why should anybody be offended by any beauty at all? If you're beautiful, you're just beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it doesn't matter what color you are. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, what the new trend is, because black girls are usually a little more curvy. Now they're wearing these waist trainers, and you've seen the old pictures of what corsets do to your body, how they
Yeah.
put all the organs and the ribs. Oh, people are ruining their bodies because of this. It's Instagram. I hate it.
Instagram. So what's going on? They're wearing like corsets again? Is that what you're saying?
Mhm.
They're trying to be
It's called a
curvy?
waist trainer, and you wear it when you wear it all day, and you can wear it to bed, and it'll basically like
Yeah.
reshape your ribs and your organs so that you have a tiny waist and a big hips,
I saw this years ago where some of these girls, you might have seen that, where they literally try to make themselves out to be like anime characters, and they
Oof,
wore those
yeah.
they had little tiny waists, and they were wearing that stuff, just messing their bodies up. It's sad. And they think it's weird because on one hand, like from I guess like an anime sort of, like a caricature sort of standpoint, they look somewhat attractive, but you realize that what they're doing to themselves is not healthy. And that's just what they want to do. I mean, it's like, I don't know, like, to me, that's a sick society whenever you're messing with your body. Like, you're not, gosh, man, we put so much emphasis in that. And it's like, there's no need. I mean, they were
You
already,
can be a millionaire if you're pretty enough.
yeah, I suppose. And that's how they got famous. Like, there were these
Mhm.
girls too, and then they would do this stuff. I don't know if they did something with their eyes where they made them look really big and stuff too. I mean, like, this is stuff I saw a few years ago that, like, I think they were in another country though. I think it was her and her sister or something. Like, they did this. I don't know. They put these contacts in and make their eyes really big, and
It's
whatever.
creepy. It's creepy.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, it was weird. I mean, it's like, it was interesting because you're like, wow, I can't believe people are doing it. But then people are doing some crazy stuff out there, like, I don't know. I don't know why. I'm just, thank God, like, I don't know. Never been.
You're not a woman.
I've never been. Well, I've seen men do it too. Men do crazy stuff. Some men like want to look like pretty wild with some of the stuff they've done. Saw one guy that like wanted to be an alien.
Yeah. that guy.
Yikes. Yeah. And I think he had his nipples removed and stuff like that, like weird shit. I'm not kidding you. Really strange. I'm just thanking God that never had like that. I've never been so displeased with my outwardly appearance that I would have to like resort to that. Like, I think that would be like terrible to have that kind of feeling inside. Like, I've got to look like something different in order to be accepted. And thank God it's never, I've never had to work. I've never had to do that. I've never thought to myself, oh, I gotta, Dan, you have to do this. You have to, start getting more curvy. or you know what? I don't like my nipples, that kind of thing. Like, like I've never never had that cross my mind. So I'm just glad that it's not me. Okay. And I feel bad for anybody out there that does that. But I don't know, man. It's just weird what is going on in our world. And let's see here. On a scary note, I can't believe this is a real freaking photograph.
Oh,
hold
the
on a second.
toddlers.
Yeesh. Okay. Everyone loves babies. Babies can be so cute. Don't we love babies? Babies are great, aren't they? Well, there's an image of a baby, an X-ray there. Oh, there, and it shows the teeth. Right? Yikes,
Ooh.
man. Oof, man. Oh, yeah. Who knew?
It looks like 3 rows of teeth.
It does look like 3 layers, or at least rows,
And
doesn't
look
it?
at how close they are. Like they go all the way up the face, pretty much. And the caption says, "No wonder toddlers are always angry." Yeah, that can't
Wow.
feel good to have all that
I'm just
stuff.
glad the babies don't have all of this, like, like when they're born. Yikes, man. Like I'm forget Corona. I'm worried about getting bit by a baby. Just saying. Yikes, man. That's crazy. So there it is. Oh, there's some information for you. And obviously this
Oh,
baby.
good. They said it's
Well-
Photoshop. It might
Oh,
be,
isn't it?
but I mean, the extra teeth have to be somewhere hidden in the skull, you know?
Yeah, I would imagine they are. It probably is. They probably put extra ones in there. Like these bottom ones are real, but these sort of in between aren't, sort of thing.
Well,
And these jetting
the
out.
Back would be like the wisdom teeth. Those come in really late. And the other ones probably straighten out as they push themselves up. Or maybe it's some kind of deformed baby.
Could
I
be.
don't know.
Either way, this baby's probably gonna be president. Note the lack of brain going on. There's no brain in this kid. So yeah, probably gonna be president.
Well, it doesn't have eyes either.
A politician. What's this area right here? What's this big opening? What the hell? What's going on with the skull, man?
That would be the eye, wouldn't it?
No, what is? I
don't
don't know anymore. Now I'm like it's square almost. I don't know.
I'm gonna Google real quick toddler skull and see if this is an
Yeah, Google it.
abnormality.
Probably is. Speaking of that, well, since we did
No, it
college-
isn't. Oh God! Don't Google
What?
toddler skull. They have so many teeth, Dan.
So it's not Photoshop? Are you telling me?
No, I'm gonna send you another one.
Oh God!
Oof.
All right.
Hold on a second. I'm not sure where that downloaded to.
Yes, fast paced. There are lots of tooths. Isn't that an orbital? It could be an orbital socket, moonlit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, oh, skull looks weird to me. I don't know where that baby came from.
Where the
Just
heck did
saying.
it go?
I don't look like babies I know from Earth. Maybe those are the babies here. not from the Sagittarius arm.
Oh, here you go. I found it. I
Oh,
hate
I thought-
that. It never tells me where it's gonna save an item. Here's another skull. This one's got 4 rows. Oh. I feel sorry for toddlers. I'm sorry, little toddlers.
There's a disease that causes double row teeth. Well, don't we have extra teeth? There's got to be somewhere the extra teeth have to show up because we have a baby teeth and then we have our adult teeth that come in, right? So imagine they've got to be there. They don't grow later, do they?
I wish they would.
I don't
It
know.
just don't look right.
I have no idea, man. I really don't know enough about toddler teeth to say one way or the other. I'm learning as I go here, people. Yeah. New ME. Train your mind to see it differently. I tried that earlier. I have, and I just can't. But on a happier note, we have Big Bunny. Look at that Big Bunny. Isn't that the cutest bunny? Look at those paws.
I already forgot what they were called. Hold on.
Yeah, you told me. It's such a cute.
Flemish giant rabbit. A very large breed of domestic rabbit.
So freaking cute. Can we get those in the United States?
Mm-hmm. They can be up to 3 feet long. They're the largest rabbit breed. They can weigh about 22 pounds.
Uh-huh.
But see,
Look
they
at
can be
the
really big and not weigh a lot because they're rabbits, and rabbits are just made of fluff.
They're so chunky and cute. I just love this bunny. Oh my God, I would die if this big bunny was hopping around my house, man. It'd be cool. It'd be like Easter every day. You know, so
I
great.
need it.
I know. I'm saying everyone needs a big bunny in their life. That or a big ass chicken. You know, be kind of cool having a big
They
chicken.
use these because these type of rabbits are kind of lazy. They use these. They bring them in to like children's hospitals, and they'll sit and cuddle with the children in their hospital beds.
Oh,
So
cool.
sweet, Dan.
Oh man, very very sweet. Did you find that picture for me?
What?
The one with the teeth.
Yeah, I put it in our hangout.
All right.
That's an actual
Oh,
skull.
come on.
Dan, if you Google toddler skull, they are all like this. I don't know if it's a Mandela or toddlers are just scary.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. Should I just? Okay, here it is. Yikes. Good. I don't know what to think about this. Oh boy. Let me zoom in. Dun dun dun. You get better. Yeah. So there's a teeth down there below the jaw. A bone right here. The bone. Oh, it looks like bone right there. There's a jaw right there. Yeah, it's just like in the. Like I'm weirded out right now. Like I didn't know they were in the jawbone.
Well, they have
Like,
to store them somewhere. And look at all the way up to the
somewhere.
nose.
Yikes! I am literally freaking out right now. Like that is a lot of teeth. Okay, I just never seen them like that. Like most time, you think they must have done a cutaway of this. See how smooth this is? They
Mhm.
cut this away so that you could see the teeth in the skull. There it is. Wow, that's a little bit more about anatomy. I really didn't need to know. And thanks, Fezzi, for sharing that. Damn,
Freaky,
that's weird.
Freaky Saturday.
Yeah, well, it's definitely Freaky Saturday. Well, people were asking, like, why is it freaky? Why are they calling it Freaky Friday? Isn't this the after hours? Well,
We
it
need
is.
to come up with a name for the Saturday show. I don't know what.
Well, it's still Freaky Friday because essentially we didn't do last night's show because I had stuff going on, and then I talked to you, and I was like, we're just gonna move.
Freaky. That could be a
Yeah.
little dirty.
What is it?
Freakeasy.
The Freakeasy. Oh my God, we have some of the smartest people, I'm telling you, on the internet right here in our little place here on the Book of Daniel channel. The Freakeasy. That is freaking amazing. That's what we'll call this from now on. Oh God. That's coffee, wrong pipe. When we do a show and it goes to Saturday, if we miss Friday, we'll call it the Freakeasy.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do from now on. It's good stuff. Yeah, I'm not Googling babies' teeth and skulls. I just can't.
I told you.
I'm not doing it. No. In fact, I don't even want to look. I'm like, no, I'm out.
Nope.
All right. So we, let me see here. Covered a lot of news. Oh, we need to cover this. What the hell? Let me see. I'm just closing some of these out, people. 1 second. All right. Donald Trump. We covered Mr. Trumpy. All right. We have this one. This is good. Check this out. Apparently, let me get to the top here.
What?
Somebody has got a lot of time in their hands.
Oh.
Man fashions fancy tiny hats for Toad, who visits his porch every day. So a toad comes out to this guy's porch, and he fashioned him a a little fedora.
Oh, there's
there.
multiple hats, Dan.
Is there?
Yeah, he made him a little baseball cap and like all kinds of different things he's wearing.
So he's at home, probably, doing his social distancing, being
Yeah.
Is this guy in America? Yeah, maybe. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so it looks like he puts hats on toads. There's a toad right there. Did he name the toad? I wonder. Anyway, he befriended it, and apparently the toad is now fashion
Fancy.
Look at that fancy hat. He even put a little feather in there. Got that rocking. There he is right there.
Oh, he looks like he likes it.
I think so. It's hard to tell. They always had that look on their face, kind of disapproving sort of look. There's God.
Quarantine is making people
right.
do some strange things.
This is great. So there's a cowboy hat you put on the toad. That's so funny. Oh, there's a dog. Dog is so like, no, man. No, you ain't doing this to me. Very cute post. And,
I like his lasso.
Yeah. Modern.
That's why you're late every night. You're making hats for the local toads.
I always said something weird like about, toads and the froggies around here. I never see frogs. Never see the things hopping around at all. Okay. But sometimes we get these monsoon rains, rain for like a few days, this rain a shit ton. It'll drop so much water, like my backyard will start flooding a little bit. And then I go outside and there's all these frogs jumping around. And I'm like, where do these frogs come from? Where have you been the rest of the year? Like I never see them, but as soon as it gets really wet, the froggies show up, it's like, they're like, yeah, we can, I don't know what it is. I'm just wondering where they stay, like where are these, there's just like a ton of them. And I'm like, is this one of those situations where it rained the frogs? What did they do? I mean, it's like, where they come from? I don't know. Some people say, well, there must be a creek nearby or something, but there is nothing nearby. Not for at least a good 2 miles, unless they hopped all the way over there from the creek. I don't know. It's weird. But always wondered about that. Just strange how you just see things from time to time. And, talked about that in the past, how I've seen some large, strange animals. Big bunnies and the big raccoon I talked about once before. I can't believe I saw a raccoon that big. To this day, I still see it in my mind. And this raccoon, I just can't. Like, it's kind of like the first time you guys saw the giant chicken. You're just in a state of disbelief, like, it's that big. And when I saw this raccoon, I just couldn't believe. I mean, it literally looked like something like prehistoric. It just was the biggest damn thing. And I remember it was rummaging through the neighbor's trash. They had put the trash out. And I'm going to tell you the damn thing, like think of a normal 22-gallon trash sack full. Okay. The raccoon's body was bigger than the trash sack. Like it was like a little brown bear. I know. Excuse me. I tell the story all the time. People look at me like, yeah, Dan. So tell me about your mescaline use. Have you ever tried it?
What?
FD.
Oh,
I'm saying like people think I'm, they think I'm making it up. But I have witnesses. What's up?
No, Siri is listening to you because I just checked Facebook for news and it showed this giant freaking rat.
A giant
They're
rat.
listening to us right now.
Are they?
I don't want
Tell
to
me.
show it. It's disgusting. They said they found it in the New York City subway, and it looks about the same size as those rabbits. It's huge.
I think rats have gotten bigger. I mean,
Yeah, remember Princess Bride ROUSs were fake. Completely made up.
uh-huh.
And now they're everywhere.
So
Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist.
oh, but they do. They do. Rodents of course they do. Giant rats. Oh, is this a new report? Was
I
it
don't want to
new?
look at it, Dan. It's gross. No, it's not a new rat. It's just the fact
No,
that
no.
they're
I mean, like
going
new
to talk about big animals, and then Facebook's like,
Yeah.
here, here's a giant rat. Like Splinter, maybe.
Well, remember when that guy, like, remember all the giant creatures that were shown? When I saw the giant raccoon, was the same time, exactly same time, the guy killed that giant hog. Remember when he killed the giant hog?
Giant
Everybody thought the giant hog. Yeah. Like, let me go to the pictures here. Yeah, giant hog. Hogzilla, monster pig. In 2007, the most subject of a controversial story, it said that initially ran in the news media as a report of 11-year-old boy shooting a giant feral pig. The pig was claimed to have been shot during a hunt on May 7, 2007 by an 11-year-old boy named Jameson Stone. The location of the shoot was the Lost Creek Plantation, a commercial hunting reserve outside Anston, Alabama. According to the hunters, there were no independent witnesses. The pig weighed 1,501 pounds and measured 9 feet, 4 inches tall. Okay, big.
9 feet.
9 feet. That's a lot of pig. Okay, that's not your typical boar. Anyway, those seem very, very large. Now, supposedly it was real. I'm looking here to see if there's anything that says it wasn't. I'm sure people have done many reports on this. Anyway, was it real? I don't know. And this is saying the claim, the controversy. Let's see. Okay, hunting, preserve, Lost Creek Plantation. Because now, if they're saying this is fake, because I remember for years everybody's like, "This was real. This was real." I mean,
Like,
I
that's
thought
if
it was news random. Yeah.
If it lives a long time, I guess it would keep growing, right?
I don't know. Let's see. Here it is right here.
Oh,
This was
God.
the picture
Oh
in
my
question.
gosh.
Look at the size of this pig. I mean, like, you're seeing this kid and you're like, oh my God. Is this perspective? Could he be further back? You know, do they make it look bigger? Maybe. But they say it weighed over 1,000 pounds. So
I wonder what it
I mean,
tastes like.
I mean, that's a lot for even a wild boar. So my point was is that in 2000, it was about that time, 2007, 2008 and time period where I saw the large rabbit, like the big, that's crazy. I hate talking about this stuff. It's so weird. I saw this rabbit. I swear to God, this is a jackrabbit. It was like the biggest bunny I've ever seen, bigger than the one we saw earlier. It was just in the woods. It was like sort of like a Alice in Wonderland moment. Big jackrabbit. And my ex-wife and I were
Maybe
hiking.
it could have been one of those
Yeah.
other rabbits. Someone had it as a pet and it got away.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what happened, man. It's just weird. And then, of course, right about that time, same time period, that's when I saw this giant raccoon. In the morning, I went out to put out my trash and looked over. This thing was running next to the neighbor's house. When I saw it, I thought it was a brown bear. But it had big raccoon. It was a raccoon. It had raccoon markings. It's just gigantic. It's big, fat raccoon. I'm like, what is this thing eating? Where is it living? There's something this big running around my neighborhood, and I've never seen it before. I was freaking. Let me just put it this way. Traffic was stopping down the road. Like people stopped their cars to take a look at this thing. I wish I had, at the time thought about it, like, gotten numbers and, talk to some people that way. Could
Sounds like
go
a
back and
Codamundi,
witness.
actually.
Yeah. Wow. A Codamundi.
Yeah, it's a Mexican raccoon, but they're huge. Let me show you something.
Well-
'Cause I had a similar experience, only mine was a caterpillar.
A caterpillar.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the caterpillars are big too. Have you seen the caterpillars? The large. I mean, I've never seen caterpillars like this until after Mandela effect.
Well, I
That's it.
saw one and it doesn't exist anywhere. It was really strange. I was little and I used to go out on the porch and play with my Barbies, and this thing it looked like the way it moved, it was like a slinky. Like it would get tiny
Uh-huh.
and then grow, and it was humongous. And I just started screaming, and my mom came out and swept it away with the broom. Yeah, kind of like that, only even might have been bigger because I was so little.
Look at
But
the size of it. Jesus.
she swept it right off the porch, and we never saw it again. It was so
Oh,
crazy.
I'm sorry, but caterpillars were never that big. That's crazy. Look at it. Here's a video right here.
Yeah, that's pretty similar.
So look what we. Yeah, these people copyrighted me once before, bastards. Yeah, they already did. Yeah, I remember this showing this before. Just showing this quick clip, and it's a-hole.
But the thing is, when I looked these guys up, they're not in my area. Like, how did it get here? And we never saw it again.
Did it have the horns on it and stuff?
No, it was just the green.
Hmm.
But maybe the females don't have horns. I don't know.
Maybe.
Odd memory.
Weird. Yeah. You're weird. Yeah, and like I said, it's just strange how we see these things from time to time. We hear reports about people talking about seeing large creatures, but then they're never found.
Mm-hmm.
They've actually had television shows where they go back out and they look for reported sightings of things, like that. It's always interesting, They go out in the woods and they got they do that one. I don't think they do that anymore. Remember for a long time they would do that. They had that new thing where they put the camera on their faces as they're walking.
Yeah.
Remember that? That was a cool thing to do on all these shows. When they'd be walking through the woods or whatever, looking for something that looked all like, oh my God, what just added to the excitement. And they never really found much, but nonetheless, just interesting. But yeah, so there it is, this giant caterpillar. These things exist, people. If you thought, and this is America. Yeah, this ain't Australia.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even blame the Australians for this one. Dude, we got a caterpillar that's quite large. I don't know about Australia, but they probably have some too. Anyway, there's that. And yeah, a lot of crazy stuff going on. Let me do this, guys. Talking about all the large critters. If you've ever witnessed any large critters or come across anything strange, let us know. Give us a call. Let me go and open up the phone lines right now, and we'll get the number on the screen here. And hopefully you guys have us already entered in and dialed in so you can be a part of the broadcast. But if not, where are my banners? There they are. Boom. Right there. There we go. There is the broadcast number. And please call in if you'd like. Let me go ahead and open up these lines too. 1 second. Don't forget to do this. Let's see here. Unmute. No, wait. Unlock. There we go.
Conference unlocked.
There you go. You guys heard it. All right. Phone lines are open, people. If you'd like to call in and talk to us tonight, we are here for you. Talk about anything. But yeah, if you've ever come across anything really strange, who knows? I'd like to hear from you guys. It's always weird talking about your experiences with stuff like this, because unless I can get the people back, one of these days I need to go back and seriously take a recorder, maybe a camera or something, sit people down and just get them on the
I should
record.
check out the woods by my house because people swear we've got a colony of Bigfoots up here.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what I'd do if I actually saw it. I'd probably pass out. Get the worst footage ever. They said you can smell them before you see them.
You can
Smell like
smell
sulfur.
before you see them.
Yeah.
That sounds just weird.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Twin Cities. Let's go Twin. Hey, Twin Cities, Scar Performance. What's on your mind tonight?
Hey, Dan. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm all right.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's, it's been a while since I've been able to stay awake this late. So I'm actually listening
Oh,
live
awesome.
instead of the next year.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I'm glad you're able to call in. That's great to hear from you. Who am I speaking with again?
This is Chris Maddox.
Oh, Crypnotic. Hey, great to hear from you.
Right.
Awesome. Yes, yes. So, yeah, what's been happening over there? Now your number says Minnesota. Is it correct?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good deal. You're in the Minnesota town area. Well, that's awesome. So, how are things been up there? Everything been good?
Yeah, they're okay. I'm kind of in the same boat with the rest of you. I'm tired of it all. All the
Uh-huh.
the stupid commercials and just yeah, just nothing's really opening up at all. Every time they tell us we'll open up, or we'll try that date, and then they extend it, and it's getting really tiresome. It's just so yeah. But other than that, I've been
Can you
kind of
guys go into stores and things like that without a mask on, or can you have to wear that in public? How's
yeah.
it? Yeah, okay.
Well, I don't wear a mask anywhere, but there is the only place I couldn't get into was the Menards, where they issued a new policy where you can't get in without a mask.
Really?
Yeah, I tried to get in there one day, and the guy stopped me and said, "You can't go in without a mask, but you can go buy one for $1 over there," which I thought was
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
it's
silly.
$1 for a mask to go in there and spend
Yeah,
potentially hundreds of dollars at Menards. By the way,
yeah.
if you haven't
Well,
been to Menards, man, that place is awesome. Typically, I mean, it's awesome. I've actually shopped at a Menards before. They're really nice, as far as like
yeah,
stuff
no,
they have
I
there.
like
Yeah,
Menards.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I actually only stopped in there for one anyway. I wanted to see if they had the kind of seeds I wanted because I've been doing a lot of gardening.
Hmm.
So it wasn't even it would have been a 5-minute run in to see if they had it, run out. But I thought, well, Menards is huge. They can, if they wanted me to go in, they would just give me a mask instead of you can go buy one for $1. And then people were pointing out that these masks were made in China. That they were so,
Yeah.
so
Of course.
yeah.
Of course. Yeah, yeah.
Then I think it's like a couple days later, I went to Whole Foods and they just offered me one. He said, "Would you like a mask?" I'm like, "Oh, well, that's nice." I didn't take it, but I thought that was nice. They were just offering if you want one.
Yeah.
So, but I figured
Yeah.
if Whole Foods can do it, Menards can do it.
Well,
So
certain places are going to have certain policies for different things. And in Texas, it seems to be, I mean, right as we were literally about to, get to normal for the most part, aside from social distancing, like inside restaurants and stuff like that. But we were just about to get to a place of normality. And then all of a sudden, they release Dallas and Houston and some other places are the new hotspots, because we probably
okay.
haven't been locked down enough, because here in Texas, we've
Yeah.
really pretty much just been like, whatever. So now all of a sudden, all these reports are coming out like Dallas and Houston are the new hotspots, and there's a big break in the outbreak of Corona. So now what's gonna happen. It's almost like whenever they want to get somebody in line who's not doing, they'll just say there's a new outbreak, and then here we go. And now we're gonna be stuck with new regulations because everybody's gonna be afraid again.
Yeah.
And I know other channels have talked about this, and they said that they think that there's going to be a second round of this, like, probably in the wintertime,
Right. Well, that's typical. Everything comes back. But I know Georgia opened a few weeks ago now, and all I've heard is they're doing well after opening. And I saw a picture. Wisconsin's totally open now, no restrictions, and they were posting pictures of people sitting in the bars. So who knows how that's going to go? But I haven't heard anything negative about Georgia. They've been open for a while.
Oh, good.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it'll be
So
a
we'll see
state
how
by state
Wisconsin goes.
thing. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think people are going to get tired of it, though. I mean, right now it's the fashionable thing and the trendy thing to do, but I think people are sick of wearing the masks and stuff. And I'm just tired of seeing this like surgical mask on people, like everywhere you go. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's almost, you know what? It's almost irritating. And I gotta tell you, I'm just like, I'm really freaked out. Like, I don't know. Like I said, one of my crazy theories is that, you know, I don't think that it's, I know that there's been false reporting about the people who've died. They're actually labeling them as corona deaths. There's that. So far at all these checking centers, I've never seen massive amounts of people rushing to get checked for corona or feeling like they're sick or anything like that. I know that the media has faked pictures. Okay. It's come out that they faked picture or they used pictures that were not of corona victims. My question to everybody is this. Think about this for a second. If this really is a problem and thousands of people are dying and thousands of people are getting sick and millions around the world, where's the photographic evidence of all these people that are sick? Where is it? We have seen a few people that, you know, supposedly had it or whatever and got over it. And then they showed one guy, he's a nurse and he's a big buff guy, and all of a sudden shows him super skinny because of corona. I didn't know corona made you super skinny. But then again, I guess you could be like, you know, whatever. You know, I don't know what happened, dude. He could have been sick with something else. You know, we don't know. The point is like, it's just, they're lying about, like, if there was really this many people, you know, they wouldn't be using photographs that aren't real corona people. You would have tons of evidence to prove it. And I have really not seen a lot. I'm sorry. I just have not seen. And yeah, I'm not getting that.
I've seen a lot of videos of doctors or nurses doing choreography in empty hospitals because there's nothing to do. They're making videos. They're making dance videos. These nurses.
Right.
Well,
no, I saw those.
So,
yeah, I saw the dance videos. I mean, I guess they're so busy with corona and they're so like on the front lines taking care of all these people that they got time to make to make YouTube videos or whatever videos. Yeah. And I think it's weird. Look, I'm sorry, but this is like the biggest pandemic never seen. Okay. The lack of evidence, the real evidence is not there. And there is a lot of fakery that I've personally seen, that way too much for something that's this serious, right? Coming out of China to begin with, right? And now filtering into the United States. And there is none of the policies really make sense if this is real. You wouldn't allow the big corporations to stay open and allow people to walk amongst each other who are sick, but yet shut down mom and pop. That doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm like, there's an ulterior motive to all this. And I can only hope that the leaders in place, right now, the current leadership is doing something that is like, they're working behind the scenes. There's something happening that we don't see or we don't really quite know about. And I can only hope that it's not going to bite us in the ass when this is all over. That's my hope. But, I'm being cautiously optimistic here. That's all, so.
Yeah. Have you ever seen War of the Worlds? Did you ever see the ending?
I saw both versions. You talking about the 50s version or are you talking about the Tom Cruise version?
Well, I've heard the musical with Richard Burton as the narrator.
Oh, yes.
And when you were talking about the lizard people not wanting to breathe, certain things that reminded me of that, the ending of how the aliens all died. Because,
right.
And also,
that's interesting, right.
Also, you were talking about how big the animals are getting, and I don't remember what it was. In relation to the dinosaurs, I think they talked about what was in the air at the time. If there was a lot more oxygen.
No, it had been carbon dioxide. There would have been more carbon dioxide. Yeah. Well, that's hard to say. Wait, I think it was a more carbon-based atmosphere because of the They say it was, but then again, there was more plant life. So last I checked, plants gave off oxygen. So yeah, I don't know how to. It's one way to look at it, but yeah, okay, yeah. I thought it was I would have said carbon dioxide. There was more carbon dioxide, but
Well,
I could be wrong.
well, there was more of something that made
Yeah.
animals so big at the time, and then it made me
Mhm.
wonder if maybe the air is changing back to that kind of environment, I guess. Because those animals are huge. That caterpillar, that was crazy.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. No, and then you bring up a good point about the War of the Worlds. I do believe that. Look, I don't want to say this. I believe that there is something else that's been messing with us for some time. I think that the technology is so advanced that it literally is creating an illusionary world, literally on YouTube and media and things like that. It is we probably are living in some type of village effect of the world, like M. Night Shyamalan's Village, where we believe it's this year,
this name change,
but there's there's something more advanced at work here. And a lot of people talk about this thing as a spiritual thing, or it's are they real? All I can tell you is the sky phenomenon is absolutely bizarre today. There are things happening. The lack of, what happened? I don't know. The Mandela effect itself, we could go in and we could touch on that too. But I'm sorry, but the sky is different. The stars, the lack of stars, there's something going on here, something happening, and we're moving towards something. We're coming to something very quickly. And I don't know if there is ever going to be a big reveal, like a lot of people think, like, this is the big aha moment. There could be, but I'm just telling you, there's something at work here. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's why they want us to stay covered, because our germs or whatever is affecting whatever they are. And I say that loosely because I don't really know what they are. But if they are something else, like that's that's in our world where it's affecting them, then that's one scenario to consider, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's the issue, and that's why they want us to stay covered up so we don't spread our germs to them, and it affects them, just like in the War of the Worlds situation where the aliens came down here. But you can almost merge it. Is it War of the Worlds, or is it more like Invasion of the Body Snatchers? More subtle.
or
See what I'm saying?
Well,
So
yeah,
you can merge the two
yeah.
and sort of come up with a scenario of what might be happening, because it could be people literally walking amongst us that aren't people. I know it sounds crazy, but spiritually, mentally, they're
I
not
think-
what you think they are. How do we know?
well, there's
you
a
know.
lot of things. I know there's a lot of things we don't know, but one thing I've always assumed is that the government doesn't do things to protect us. They do things they have ulterior motives, but it's not to protect us.
Mm.
So,
No, I've often said that, seriously, like up until, I joke, okay, up until like Bush and Trumpy sent us some cash, I haven't seen one thing that government's ever done, any legislation at all, that was somehow going to affect my life in a positive manner. I had never seen them do one thing where I was like, oh man, this is really going to help me. This is really going to help us this is a really good idea. Mostly everything they do, I pretty much am like scratching my head going, why are we funding that? And why are we spending so much money here? And for what purpose? Like it just, it's to drive the engine. It's not really to do anything positive in many cases.
well, I did have a new theory I thought of today. It was just speculation, because none of the Planned Parenthoods closed. They considered that essential. So if you needed an abortion, you could go get one.
Sure.
And I'm thinking, well,
Yeah.
all these people are like isolating together or whatever, I assume there's going to be a big boom in a few months, baby boom, more or less. But also, there's going to be, with all these people forced together, there's going to be a lot of unwanted babies too. Maybe they need more babies. Maybe Planned Parenthood needs more babies, or the aliens.
Yeah. No, I hear where you're going with this. That's the thing, right? A lot of people like they're okay. So Project Veritas does this inside, like I don't even know, like I don't necessarily 100% trust Project Veritas, but Project Veritas did this expose about the Planned Parenthood lady selling, talking about how they sell the baby parts out the back door, right? And you're thinking, for what freaking reason, dude? Like, would you do that? Like, why would you sell aborted baby fetuses out the back door? What are you people? And so and the fact that there was no uproar in the media about it, it was reported very sparsely, and then nothing, like Obama didn't at the time didn't say, whoa, we need to close Planned Parenthood and get a look at this and investigate this. This should have been major news everywhere, but it just wasn't. And I found that to be really strange. But it's funny because I don't really know how to say this, but I don't really trust these well-funded opposition sites like Project Veritas either. I kind of question them as well, because I'm not quite sure what their MO is, and so I try to look at the whole scope of things. Now, were they just, were they reporting something that is there something going on here where you could almost, as one caller once said, we're dealing with globalists versus nationalists type of thing, where you have two different factions or maybe multiple factions that are working with, against each other, ultimately for the same goal. They just take different paths to that goal. And sort of we get to choose our path sort of thing. But either way, we're still going in the direction they want to go toward, right? That's one weird way to think about it. But I don't know, man. I see some of the stuff and I'm like, it's strange to me why, that gets out there and it's putting it out there like they are possibly, what are they doing? Are they harvesting these things for adrenochrome? Is that a real thing? I never even heard of adrenochrome. And then like it came up a few years ago, right? Started coming back around. And then they said, oh, it's in that Johnny Depp movie, That guy mentions adrenochrome.
Yeah, but I think the person has to be like really frightened. I think the person has to be very frightened to get before they.
Yeah, but imagine, that, or they have to be tortured. They have to be tortured. And so what do you think they're doing when they abort some of these babies? You know what I'm saying? And they're because of the, this is what I've heard. I don't have any clue, but like I heard that of course, obviously that process, this to me is a living being inside of you. And then it's being pulled out, prematurely, essentially, and killed. Yeah. So that process releases the adrenaline into the fetus, which being that the purity of the blood is better, and that's why they would want him. Okay, I know it's morbid, it's terrible. Yeah, it's terrible to think about, but the whole thing is awful. It's awful because we have sold ourselves. They have convinced us to believe that it's not real, that it's not it's not what it is, and I'm sorry, but that's a life, and we are extinguishing. If we were to go in there and abort puppies, how many people would stand for that? And say, well, they're not puppies until they're out of the mom. But people were out there aborting baby pups inside a mother dog. People would go crazy over that. So.
Well, I with my first son, I had an ultrasound at 3 months, and usually they don't do it till 5, but I was a college student. I think the doctor wanted me to see the baby. And because I just went in for a checkup, but I think she wanted me to see it. At 3 months, he was a baby. He was not, at 3 months, he was not just a clump of cells. He was a formed baby.
Right.
And I don't think people understand that they grow so fast that they're not, at 3 months, they're not just little cells and little clumps of cells. They are fully formed. They need to grow a lot. But he was a baby. He looked like a baby. He was moving around like a baby. And that's the part that really troubles me, that people throw things away so easily, like it's nothing. Like,
I know. We've gotten, well, what's happened is society has decided to take a immoral, in my opinion, stance on this, and we have become, it is, to me, it's a sacrifice, and we essentially have gone down a road that, how do you account for all this? How do you account for 60 million deaths? Okay, or more, 60 million, man. I mean, how do you account for that of abortions? And the funny thing is typically these places are very low income areas, so a lot of the you can look at the racial issue of it as well. A lot of the babies that get aborted are of color, and so there's that too. And if Margaret Sanger, you can look at the quotes. I mean, that's kind of crazy, and the whole thing. And I mean, holy cow, man! Morally, we have corrupted ourselves by going down this road. And there's so much we can do. I mean, personally, okay, but you have to put yourself spiritually in the right place. Okay, I'm not saying to go out and you can protest, you can do what you want to do, but I think morally and spiritually, you have to put yourself in the right place and realize it's wrong. I think that's where you can stand, in on the right side of this with God. Okay. And I honestly think that we just haven't, I mean, in so many cases, I mean, it goes back to even when we were, when we obviously made the wrong decisions to go to war and things like that. And yet you can sit there and morally not look at the innocent people who were suffering from that war and have no moral recourse at all. You got a problem there. I don't care if you're a Christian or not. You can't sit there and just because Chuck Norris says that Christians should support this war doesn't mean you have to. It doesn't mean you have to support anything immoral or unjust. And sorry, but once it was proven immoral and unjust, because there was never anything found, and of course we all know about the 9/11 stuff. Once we looked at all that, you look at the whole scope of everything. You can't tell me that I think that's where it comes down to. And I always, I was very angered by all of that when I found out about it, and I was like, going up to my Christian friends, like, how can you support this? If you believe in Jesus and his teachings, how can you support what we're doing in Iraq? How can you support what's going on over there when they're just randomly, we see the videos? How can you turn away from that when they're just shooting at cars randomly and killing people in those cars with their families? And you're going to tell me that that's okay because they're what? Because they're Arab? Like, ooh, that kind of stuff just pisses me off. It's like, that is where, I get really upset. Like, it's like, I hate the double standard crap, and it's like, well, Jesus wouldn't do that. Okay. And if you're a Christian, you want to, truly walk the walk, then, you gotta be, you gotta have your heart in the right place. And I gotta be honest with you, a lot of these Christians didn't. And it was pushed to support the government and support this war and everything. And not to say they support abortion, but they look the other way, and too many times we've looked the other way as the world literally has descended further and further and further into a place that I honestly don't really like. I am fed up with it all. And I see what's happening here, and I am disgusted. And I'm like, I'm seriously, at some point, I think this might be the pushback to everything, or the start of it anyway. And so, I don't know. there's just a lot going on, that I'm not really pleased with. And it's been happening for years. But, I look back at all these people, I'm thinking to myself, now you're complaining and now you're upset and now you're saying something. Where were you 10 years ago? Why would you, I don't know. It's just weird. I hope that, people
I know.
start to understand what's really taking place here and what's really happening. And, we're just a small channel and a small voice out there, but hopefully one day, people will all start to wake up in greater numbers. So, well, sweetheart, did you have anything else you want to share with us? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I had some. Well, it was about Mandela Monday about a month ago, and this is the first time I've been able to call in, but
Yes.
I had some weird reactions to it. There's I was dozing out. Well, I dozed off like 3 times in a row during the
To
show.
the show.
And when I was dozing, what?
Okay. You
What?
said you were having a reaction to the show?
Well, it was weird. I don't know if reaction is the right word, but yeah, I was kind of dozing off. I dozed off like 3 times in a row.
Okay.
And while I'd start dreaming, and I was dreaming about seeing how things used to be before the change.
Mm-hmm.
And it would startle me awake because I'd go, wait, that's how it used to be.
Mm.
And then, it would wake me up. I did that 3 times. I don't remember what the first 2 were, but I have a question for you.
Sure.
I actually went back and watched that segment that I fell asleep during to see if that had some effect on what I was dreaming about. But I was just curious. Did you ever have a married couple on hosting the show with you at all? At some point?
Well, a lot of
Yeah.
people claim me and Rachel were married or something. We fought like a married couple, is like what people used to say. But no, didn't have any married couples. Trying to think, have I ever had any married?
Yes,
Well,
he did. A photo and his wife were on
Photo and his
together,
wife. Yeah,
For-
we're on together a few times.
but only a couple times.
A few times. Yeah, Photo and his wife
Yeah.
were on. That's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was the third dream. That's probably why I remembered it the best. It was
Ah.
the last one I dreamed. It's like I dreamed that there was a couple who co-hosted with you, and that was the reality.
Weird.
Yeah.
Well, that
But
could have been a
it woke me up.
possibility. Yeah, that could have been a possibility.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a, if we're going on the whole, different timelines sort of thing where, things happen on different levels and, sometimes choices are made in different, realities or
Right.
whatever. If you were to base it off that, then one could say that because of, my dealings with Photo and his wife, at various times, I could see where that could have been a situation because, she had been on the show as a guest for Ladies Night and had been on there, I believe, a few times, just, whatever. So that, yeah, I could see where that might have been a possibility. Mhm.
Yeah, because that was the third dream before I woke up for good. It was that you actually, the reality was that you were hosting with a married couple, and
Mm,
but anyway,
interesting.
the story
Okay.
but it was the story that kept me awake was when you brought up Pat Benatar's "We Belong,"
Uh-huh.
because I do have a story about that.
Sure.
Yeah, I was a big fan of the songwriters who wrote that song for Pat.
Uh-huh.
So I went to a lot of their shows, and people would ask questions about that song.
Yeah.
Pat
The
getting
big
that
song.
or not getting that song.
Sure. Yeah. Well, it was a really famous song. Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, so the songwriters got a lot of questions about it, and over the years, the story changed.
Did it?
Um,
Okay.
Well, the story centers around the beginning of the song. Pat changed a couple of lines without asking. That's she just decided to change the lines. That part hasn't changed. But I've heard this story twice. One of the songwriters saying years ago that she changed the lines, but she never asked for anything, never asked for any royalties, never asked for any credit, nothing. It was like she just changed the lines. And that was the story back then. But a couple of years ago, he was telling the story again, and he said that Pat did ask for. He was really sincere both times he told the story, but the second time, several years later, he said Pat did ask for royalties. They told her no, or songwriting credit or something. But both times he told the story, and I don't know why it would change or why the story would be different. But
well, what do you remember?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, tell us. Well, tell us what it changed, what it was. You said she didn't want royalties or anything like that, and then
yeah, the first
it
time
changed
I heard
later.
the story,
Okay.
or he told the story that
Mhm.
she didn't ask for anything. She changed 2 lines. She didn't ask for credits or royalties or anything. And last time he told the story, he said that she did ask for royalties. They told her no, but there was the last time I heard the story, she did ask for them. So I don't know if he was just mistaken one of the times or what was going on, but the story changed where
Weird.
in one she didn't ask for them, in the other story she did ask for them.
Well, that's kind of almost.
But
You know what's weird about that story is it almost seems like in one world, or at least one incarnation, you had a Pat Benatar that was like not so focused on the money. She's more focused on the music. And now you have one that's more, superficial, or maybe like looking to get hers, right? Looking to make money
Right.
off of this deal or something like that. And it's kind of weird, like a lot about this world. And I say this world because it's changed so much in 4 years for me. It's like literally a different place. And I would
Right.
say that,
Oh, totally.
like, it seems like it's a lower incarnation of what my world was. Like, it seems like there's more people on a lot of levels that are, pretty much, more, stingy, or, people that are, trying to, make sure they always make sure they get theirs, right? And make sure they get paid for everything or whatever, and not just giving freely as much. And I'm not saying like the entire world's that way, but just certain aspects of it. And I don't know. I feel like, I'm gonna be honest with you, ever since all this happened, these changes, I mean, I'm speaking freely here, but I'm gonna tell you, like, a lot of, even, what we talk about, and I joke about stuff a lot and everything else, but my real feeling is that it hasn't felt like always 100% like a very positive thing. I feel like, and I'm only saying I feel because I don't know for sure, okay, I'm just saying this, but I feel like wherever I was before, I'm here now because of certain choices I made, okay, to come here. And essentially it's sort of been this has been a very, very big growing stage for me. And I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm just telling you how I feel about it. And I feel like, it's sort of like maybe I got thrust into a lower, for lack of a better term, vibrational world where, it is a bit darker, okay, than where I was, okay? And I have said this many times, that from where I was before, the presence of God feels further. I'm not saying God feels like he's completely gone. I'm saying God feels further away, in a sense, like, sort of like, hey, the training wheels are off. You need to figure this out. And you need to, learn for yourself now. Okay. I've guided you far enough. And I just feel like that's, for me, that's how it's felt ever since the Mandela effect.
Well, I feel like a lot of things are no longer hidden like they used to be. Like all this, well, like when starting with when Hillary Clinton ran for president for the second time. Well, no, maybe it was before that. It was discovering how corrupt the Democratic Party was. Because I used to vote Democratic. But when she ran for president, you started to see what was going on. And it's kind of gone downhill from there. Now that Trump's president, we're starting to see all this child trafficking stuff, and it seems like a lot of bad stuff is coming to the surface in the last few years. Stuff that I just never thought about till recent years, I guess. But yeah, it just seems like things are just getting uncovered, and it's making the world more unpleasant. And it's not as nice to be in as it used to be.
Right. No, it just seems like there's more. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The country is so divided on issues, on everything. It's a fight. It's not. People I used to hang around with don't really talk to me anymore because I said the wrong things about Hillary Clinton.
Right. Well, you spoke what you felt. You spoke some truth, and the thing is like I'm okay. Gosh, man, I've said this so many times. You know, I don't care about the feminine or masculine aspects of politics. If it's a woman who has done a good job, I'll vote for her. I have no problem. But Hillary Clinton, I think most people, most Democrats I knew didn't even like Hillary Clinton. Okay. So, you know.
I agree. I think a lot of them were voting for her just because she was a woman, not because she. Yeah.
Oh, I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. Isn't it funny that we got to that era? Isn't it weird that we're down some weird path where now the masculine and feminine of this world seem to be at odds with each other? It's not so much, you know, it's like most women, like you said, were wanting to vote for Hillary because she's just a woman. Had nothing to do with her policies or anything like that. That's the worst way, most mind-controlled way to pick a candidate, just based off gender. Like that's crazy talk. Like, why are we even like that should never come up. And yet it did. It became the emphasis of her campaign. And, you know, and I feel like in the last 4 years, well, maybe before that, actually, you know, in 2012 era, but I felt like there was this big divide, really nasty sort of thing, divide between men and women, you know, and masculine and feminine, these energies, they're really at odds with each other. And I don't know. I'm just telling what I was experiencing, what I noticed, you know, and it's always behind the scenes. It's certain things that get said, and you know, you watch these protests and you watch certain things happen. You know, a lot of people don't even watch that stuff or even care to even know what's going on. But when you kind of pay attention to stuff, you're like, wow, there really is some bad energies going on both sides, and we're really at odds with each other right now, more so than we've ever been. It was a terrible thing to really see, and I think that I don't know. I think we've been out of balance for a long time. You know, I think there needs to be a balance of harmony, and we've been completely out of whack. Oh my God, it's incredible to see this world like this, and it doesn't really help matters that people get so offended if you don't support one candidate or the other, or if you don't support one. You know, if you don't support Republican or Democrat, that kind of thing. And by the way, why is it that after all these years we only have two choices in politics? Like, really? Like, I mean, isn't there more than two choices after all these years? Isn't that kind of strange that the two majority seem to run everything? And so a lot's going on and a lot's happening that make me question, like, all of this really seems like it's got to be in some ways controlled. It's got to all be designed in a sense for us, and it's just it's an illusionary type situation that we're dealing with here. And
Well,
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
was talking to a friend about that the other day about, like I said, I used to kind of lean more Democratic, and everybody now seems so like a criminal nowadays. But I was telling her that these Democrats kind of need to clean up the voters. Need to stop excusing going with, well, I have to vote for the Democrat no matter how bad he is because I don't want to vote for Republican.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to make their party any better. It's not going to help them. It's not going to help the country. They need to clean up their parties and start voting out or complaining or saying, he's a bad guy. We want a different candidate. But they just go along with whoever gets thrown at them, and they're like, yeah, I'm going to vote for him. I won't like it, but
Oh, it's so crazy, the
Republican.
division. Oh, it's just sickening what I've seen. It's like,
Yeah.
and I would talk to my Republican. I'm in Texas, so a lot of Republicans, you know. But I don't have any problem. There's certain Democrats I like. I like Dennis Kucinich, and I liked what was the gal's name? The one that interviewed Rumsfeld a long time ago. The black lady. She was awesome. Oh, she held his feet to the fire. Asked him about all the child slavery rings and everything. Like why haven't you got? And they went after her. Cynthia McKinney. They were Democrats. You know what? I was looking at. There were people in the Democratic Party and in the Republican Party that were like, I held on their morals and their voting record, and they didn't always agree, but you know, I could stand behind them on a lot of issues, you know, and they were like regular, what I would call them, like regular type of politicians that were just, you know, that in my opinion just weren't just toting the party line. And it's not that way anymore. If you're one side or the other, it's like oh, you're just disgusting people, and we can't talk to you about any issues. And they got us so divided.
Right.
The media has done such a good job dividing all of us. It's sickening to watch. It really is.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was sad. These are people I've known for years that I've actually met. I knew in real life. We used to travel together. Few wrong words about Hillary, and I'm like the plague or something. They don't want to talk to me. They don't want to have a discussion. I told one of them that Snopes was not a reliable source, and she got all kind of snooty about it. I don't know why she was brought that way over a kind of a fake news source, but apparently all these people I've known decided Hillary Clinton was more important than I was. So
wow. That's sad. These are friends.
Yeah.
You know, a real friend, God, man, a real friend is, I think that's that's another story to topic I could go on. But, you know, I tell people, like, when it comes to, like, you know, of course, all you good people out there, I talk to some of you folks, but I mean, you know, personal friends that I know, like I can actually physically go see. Somebody would think, you know, like, oh, Dan must have tons of friends because, you know, he's a very personable guy, you know, and got those smashing good looks, you know, he probably has no problem with a bunch of friends. But the truth is I pick my friends very wisely, and I pick friends who challenge me, right? I don't want friends that just agree with me, you know, and I don't want cheerleaders.
Yeah.
I want friends who are going to be like, if I'm doing the wrong thing, or if I'm thinking out of line, to hold me, you know, hold my feet to the fire. That's what makes you a better person, is to hear, you know, the good along with the bad. And I just think it's funny that and everyone's like, they don't have the intestinal fortitude, I guess, to deal with negativity in any fashion at all. Like, so if you're not 100% supportive of something they say, or you have a difference of opinion, then all of a sudden they just shut you down. They just shut you out. They don't want you there, you know? And, you know, it sort of goes on the lines of just a societal thing, but, you know, I don't know. Is it societal? Is it generational? Is it whatever it is? I don't know if these were younger friends or maybe they're your age. I have no idea. All I can tell you is, I play that game. I'm playing the Warships game, and I had joined this is a quick story. It's kind of funny, but I joined a group, a clan, so we could battle other clans, and we were having like a little fun doing that. And we weren't doing so well. Okay. And these guys, they were in their about mid-20s, maybe late 20s. And they don't know who I am or anything like that. I didn't say anything. I was just, talking. But the truth is like, if we go back about 20 years, back to 1999, I started online gaming, and I actually, was really good at it. And I actually ran a fighter squadron. That sounds crazy, but I actually had men that were in the military and things like that. And I was the commander of the squadron. And we were, for the time, at the time, there was not a lot of games online, and we were quote world champions. Let's just say, okay, from all these squadrons all over the world playing this game, we were the best. Okay, for 2 years straight. So I told these guys, I said, listen, I don't know nothing about boats. All right. But I'm going to tell you right now, your tactics are not working. And I just told them that, look, I was going to tell them like, hey, this ain't my first go around, boys. I have some ideas that might help us, but they got really pissed off and yelled at me, cursed at me, and then kicked me out of the squad.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was just like, man, you can't say anything. I mean, like I didn't even bash them. I was just like, look, we just got to do better as a team. I see this as a growing opportunity, and I think we can do better, but they didn't want to hear it. And that's the thing. People are like that. Like, that's just one aspect. I'm just using that as an example. It's like, anytime you say anything outside the norm, people get so offended nowadays. It's like, nobody's willing to listen and talk. My God. Yeah. It's crazy. It's just wild.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my story. That's my little rant about that. But I just wanted to share it with you because, it's funny how, just little things like that. You see it and you're like, in the back in the day, if two men had a disagreement, you'd have a disagreement, and then that would be it, and you would talk it out, or you may not talk to each other, but you wouldn't just shut the person out and kick them out,
Sure.
for whatever. It's okay to disagree. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think that in our world today, it could be a bad move for you to disagree with the political norm in some cases, and with your friends, for instance, there you go. Your friends are a perfect example of what happens when you don't agree with your friends, and then all of a sudden they shut you down, they shut you out, and they don't want to talk to you anymore. And you're like, oh my God, I can't believe she doesn't have my same thoughts and my ideas. But we used to celebrate that, and we just don't anymore. And I'm sorry about that, but maybe one day they'll come around and they'll see the light.
Yeah. So one of them was having she was going on Facebook. She just had a rant about, she wasn't just mad at Trump voters. She was mad at third party voters too. It wasn't, she was mad at everybody who didn't vote for Hillary. And
the 100,000 third party voters that wouldn't have gotten, that really didn't do a whole lot either way. That third party, which is so strong in this country. Yeah. That non-existent third party. Yeah, well, everybody wants to blame everything else, I think we were duped from the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to say, I just think that they lied. I think they knew that Trump was doing strong in the polls. Okay. I think they knew that Trump really looked like he was doing, but they told all the voters that she's got it in the bag. You don't even have to go out. You don't even need to go vote. You just stay at home and just watch Hillary win. That's what they told everybody. And you know what? It was a bad move, because for them anyway, for people who didn't want Trump, I'm just saying, that's what happened.
Well, I think they did know. Hillary had this plan that when she won, they were going to pull a lever and the glass ceiling would break or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And they canceled it before they canceled the glass ceiling before the
Oh, did
bulls
they?
all came in.
Oh, I see.
So I think they did.
Yeah.
So I think they did know. They didn't
Yeah.
bother spending the money on it or something.
I really don't think any. I mean, honestly, you know, you want to be truth be told. I think that they have both candidates wrapped up, and it's like a prize fight, and both fighters know who's going to win, or both wrestlers, or whatever. You know, it's pretty much wrestling. It's wrestling, and you know, when I saw Trump get up there and talk about all that smack to Hillary and talk about how he's going to arrest her, and then the next day get up there and joke with her and laugh with her at the banquet or ball, whatever they were at, with the Catholic Black Pope. Yeah.
Oh, he was mean. He was so mean.
He was terrible. He was awful, and like I think that's why he doesn't do that. I don't think that's why he does that correspondence dinner or anything like that, because you're supposed to get up there and be funny. And Trump has zero personality when it comes to being funny. He's got none. He is the most dry. I mean, awful. I don't think this dude could tell a funny joke, you know, ever. I mean, this guy's terrible. But whatever. I mean, aside from that, I mean, I just think the whole thing is a sham. And I just think that they knew who was going to win from the get-go because they had both people wrapped up. And, you know, he never meant any of the stuff he said. Yeah.
You know, I think that's true to a point. They knew who was going to win. But I think for years they've been telling Hillary that she was going to be president. I think she ran, 3 times? Did she run 3 times?
I don't think she ran 3 times.
Well, okay. We'll say she ran twice.
Okay.
The first time she was trying to, that was the year Obama got the nomination, and I think she hated him for it. I think she probably still hates him for it, but I think there were people who were telling her, "You're going to be the president." But then Obama came along, and they said, "Well, why don't you wait till the 2016, and then you can run. We'll run again." I think they were telling her, "You are going to be president," because she was in interviews, and she said, "I am," before they had even gotten through the what do you call it, the primaries, or she had already been saying, I'm the nominee."
Yeah, well, she was. She eventually, she became the nominee. They ripped it right under, you know, what's his name's nose, and not Joe Biden, but Bernie. Bernie had more fervent support, I thought, than she did, and his supporters got Ron Paul essentially, and that's what happened. But I mean, she knew. I think
I think they kept telling her. I think they've been telling her for years that she's going to be president. So I think she was the only one who didn't know Trump. I
don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. I don't know how or when they get told who's going to be the president.
But there's
no way. Yeah.
Reports that she was in the back room breaking things and breaking the TV and throwing things. And
well, maybe, but I don't know if that's
she didn't come out to do her. Well, she didn't come out for her confession speech.
Yeah.
Because I really thought she was going to win, or she really thought she was going to win. I actually called it when Trump was running. I said, she can't beat Trump. Bernie might have had a chance, but when it was Hillary, I came out and said, there's no way Hillary can beat Trump.
No. I don't think anybody really felt that, what the media was saying. I mean, the media was speaking to the left pretty much and saying, you know, she's got it wrapped up. Turns out that wasn't the case, right? So a lot of weird stuff. I think it's almost like The Onion, you know, when they did that skit about the Diebold machines, and they talked about, you know, they had Mr. Kenilworth on. It's all a parody, but he's like, I'm sorry. I'd like to apologize to our shadowy puppet masters. This will never happen again, because they accidentally released the results of the election early. So everybody knew who'd win. And it was like a spoof on the election. Yeah. It was so funny, but you know, I gotta tell you, that's why I love comedy, because there's always a line or a truth, in comedy a lot of times. And I think that, sometimes when I do this stuff, it's like, oh, pretty good. And makes you think, yeah, there's probably some sort of manipulation going on at least. And who knows, electronic voting, God, I mean, come on. Our voting system isn't even legit, in my opinion, when you're doing electronic voting.
Well,
It can be
well, I
hacked,
think
right?
that's the other thing. They're trying to scare people to stay home so they mail their ballots in. I think that's another.
Well,
I think.
Yeah. Well,
I think that's another
ploy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be. Well, could be. I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. I don't. As far as what I've seen so much fervent support for Trump, and everything they've done to try to derail him has backfired. In fact, I literally see the Democratic Party literally in shambles when it comes to what they have to offer for somebody presidential that could, be smart enough and have enough wit to go against Trump. I don't think they have anybody, to be honest with you.
Oh no,
if
don't.
They did, I would be the first one to tell you, oh, this person looks good. But
whoever, if Biden goes all the way, whoever vice president is essentially going to be the president, because Joe is not in good shape. He's dwindling, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Joe. I don't know. He's a strange guy anyway, and I think whether or not people. Managers. Yeah, there's all this weird stuff with him and the whole, and the guy with the pictures and the kids and I'm sorry, the pizza and the whole. There's too much, and and whether you want to say Pizzagate's real or not, or if you want to say whatever. The thing is, I think enough people have seen the videos of him groping kids and stuff, and I think that's enough to turn anybody off, whether they say it or not. And I don't think people are that happy with him, even on the Democratic side. To be honest with you, it's really hard to get behind a guy like that and literally look at him as your candidate, and be proud. I just can't. I can't be proud of any politician, to be honest with you. I mean, really. I just can't. I've done it. I've been in that arena before, and you're talking about just the worst place to be, and totally get burned, So anyway, so with that, you know what? Let me jump to the next caller, sweetheart. Okay, we've been on for quite a while, so let me let you go. But thank you for the call, and you have a wonderful night. Right. Okay. All right, sweetheart. Take care.
All right.
All right. Good night. Bye. All right. Excellent call. And thank you very much. All right. Colorado. I got to let you go because you keep unmuting. All right. Colorado's gone. I can't do it. They keep unmuting. The rules are you got to wait here, guys. Wait till I pick up the call. And I don't know if that was their dog barking in the background or whatever's going on.
Oh, I did hear a puppy. I thought it was too small to be Cokie. It sounded like a small dog.
Not Cokie. No, but if they're unmuting and there's something going on in the background, I'm trying to talk to other people. I can't do it. I gotta, you gotta go. I gotta go to the unknown caller though. I know they're the unknown comic. We'll see. Unknown caller. You're on with Scare Performance. What's on your mind?
Hello, it's Lorraine. How are you?
This is Lorraine Lamour.
Yes, it is. I'm trying to stay awake.
Oh, well, thanks. That's a real nice thing to say. Dan, you become tiresome and boring. This is the time on Sprockets where we dance.
Almost an hour.
This is the time on Sprockets where we dance.
Well, we've all been relaxing at home. While you guys have been relaxing at home, I've been working through this. So I still work early in the morning.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I'm not.
Oh, do you have to work on Sunday too? Where do they got you working? The coal mines? No. Good God. What the hell?
No, but if I did work in a coal mine, I'd do a good job at it.
I bet you would. Bet you'd be like I bet you'd be producing coal like crazy, wouldn't you? That's cool. Okay.
I dig for gold. I don't dig for gold, but hey, I mentioned it in chat. I wanted to explain the contest that we've extended. Can I do that? Is that okay with you?
Wait a minute. What are you trying to hawk on my channel now?
What's the prize?
Yeah, what's the prize and what's my cut? That's right. We're in the world. I want my cut.
I want to win.
I'll give you a gift certificate to a pie shop. You can go have a slice of some. No, it's over on Hebrew's channel. It's a show, Shifty Sunday. And you've heard of Sagittarically Speaking, right?
No, never heard of them. Don't know that. No, I never heard of that. Who the hell names themselves Sagittarically Speaking? Who does that? Oh, you got to be insane. All right. Oh yeah, I know Saggy. Sure. Yeah, I know him. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm sponsoring a contest because I don't know what he looks like. And I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to have people draw what they think he looks like? So there's 2 rounds. The first round is if you have not seen Saggy, you draw a picture. First prize is $25, and I'm sponsoring that. Second round is if you have seen him, you draw a picture, and that prize is $20. I think he's also doing a T-shirt for like second prize or something. Second prize in the first round, and you would like email it to Hebrew's email, and I think I put that information in the Sacred Avocado page on Facebook. But anyway, we're going to be on May 10th, and I'm the only one who did a drawing, and I can't technically win. I just wanted to make a drawing. So,
okay.
If I can't draw, can I submit the sim that I made of him?
A what you made?
I made a sim of him. Will that count as a drawing?
Sure, because there's artwork. If that's how you want to do it, that's fine. And I'm thinking, aren't there people who need some money? If we had any other entries, if it was a stick figure drawing, that other person some money. So that's what's happening. And I just, I wanted to get the info out another time, and then you guys didn't have a show, and then it's just been one delay after another. So that's the deal. And then at the, whenever I think this Sunday is the deadline. I'm not sure. They might extend it again. I don't know. But they're going to judge, and of course, then we'll have to see what Saggy looks like, because I don't know. I just have my own impression. In my, my intuition is telling me what I think he looks like. So that's the latest, folks. Aren't some of you guys who are listening in need of some cash? I'm lucky I get to keep working, but a lot of you aren't, right? Or it's not as. I would think you would do it just to get some money, but it's not for me to judge.
Well,
what people's financial situation.
I can't draw, so I'm gonna make a sim. That's what I'll do.
That's really nice of you. And when will this drawing take place?
We think it's going to be Sunday, unless they decide to extend it again.
Okay.
So I'd say try to get it. Oh, that's tomorrow. Wow, yeah. So try to get it done tomorrow during the day and get it emailed to him. I guess I'll go to the Facebook Sacred Avocado page and repost it. Repost the email. Once I'm going to confirm that I have it right. I can't do that while I'm using my phone.
And what time is the show?
9 p.m. Eastern.
All right. And the grand prize is what again? What's the grand prize?
The first round is for people who have not seen him, because it's harder to draw someone when you don't know what they look like. That prize is $25. Second round is people who have seen him. That prize is $20. And they're going to also give a T-shirt, a free T-shirt, I think, for the second prize, or maybe it'll be called third prize. I'm not sure what they're going to call it. But it's a cash or a T-shirt.
Okay. Oh, cool. Well, that's really nice of you. That's really cool. Yeah, we appreciate you helping out the community and doing that. And absolutely. So that's tomorrow night, guys. Shifty Sunday is the broadcast, and that's on the Hebrew's channel, correct?
Correct.
Okay, got all the information. Now, was there anything else that was on your mind?
No, not. I mean, I could go into great detail about all the other topics people have been discussing for the last few months, but
Okay.
I'd rather just leave it at this for now.
Well, that's fine. We don't mind promoting a good cause on this channel. So that's sounds great. And thank you for sharing with us tonight. And if that's all you got, I'll just get the next caller and tell you to get some sleep. And I'll see you tomorrow because I don't win that money. I'm just kidding.
Thanks.
Okay. See you later.
Just draw something. You don't have to be an excellent artist. Just for fun.
All right. Cool. Sounds awesome. Thank you, Ann.
Thanks for that.
Oh, sorry, Lorraine. Don't know. It's like there's always a slight delay. Didn't mean to cut her off. Lorraine, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna draw, man.
Well, you still got my Sims password. You could try to make a sim.
I could try that. But I have to reload everything because I had everything on my back on the C drive on my drive, and then I moved it over.
Yeah.
So I cleared the whole drive out, and I cleared So, but I still have the password, so technically I can still hack your shit.
Well, you can't disrupt my game. You have to start your own, so it wouldn't mess mine up at all if you were playing it.
All right. The thing is, let me explain to people. I have an issue here. And the issue is that when we're on a broadcast, okay, and you're taking calls, I do a call center, okay? It has you muted, and it will say on the phone to unmute if you'd like. Look, I know you may not know the rules, okay? But if you keep unmuting after I mute you multiple times while I'm talking to somebody else so that your noise doesn't come through my freaking broadcast, okay, that's disruptive, and I have to let you go. All right. Now, all I ask is that you just stay muted. That's it. There's no major rules here. You can talk about whatever you want. But guys, I got to have some sort of order here. Now, if you're going to get pissed off about it, all right, we're going to have problems. All right. So just understand that all I need you to do is just stay muted. That's cool. And I'll get to you. And I have a little problem with somebody right now. And I'm just telling you, dude. All right. I explain myself, and I don't understand what's so hard about that. But I expect you to, to understand the rules. Okay. So let me just get to this call. We have, where are we at here? Denver, Colorado is the name here. Denver, you're on with Scare Performance. What's on your mind?
Hey, Dan, this is me. Now, here's the thing is I appreciate your rules, your thing, but I'm going to be quick. Okay. I did not know I unmuted and I muted myself, so I wasn't interfering with your call. Okay.
Bro.
So we'll make sure we follow those rules.
Time out. Before you go any further, hold on a second. Okay.
Yeah.
I look down, you're unmuted. I muted you back. Then you unmuted yourself. And then you unmute. Then I muted you again. Then you unmuted yourself again. There was twice I had to mute you. Then I finally had to let you go because a third time you were unmuted during the same call, bro. I can't.
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't know the rule. I did not know the rules. I muted myself, my phone, so you wouldn't hear any noise from me. But anyway, let's move forward, okay? Because I want to explain the politics to you. I told you that my Kirk James, Captain Kirk from Colorado, and I was going to run for governor of Colorado. Not kidding you.
Right.
So I was going to run September 20, 2 years ago. And I told you I was going for governor. Guess what? The police officer shows up. He says, I need to take you my car. I said, what's happening? He said, get my car. You can pick me up at my house, 336 Tunyon Drive. And on the way there, he said, I'm your friend. I said, what's going on here? Am I under arrest? He says, Kirk, I'm taking you somewhere. And he goes, I'm taking you somewhere. Don't you worry about it. He goes, I said, you're my friend? He goes, yes. He says, trust me. He said, I got to take you somewhere, right? I end up in a hospital in Louisville. Kid you not. And while I'm there, they put me in a gurney and put me down. That's the name. So while I was in there, this guy shows up from the Illuminati. They're real. And he has a medallion on his chest, a medallion. And they brought him in. I said, what are you doing here? He goes, well.
Wait. Time out. You talk really fast, bro. Jesus Christ, you talk fast, bro. Holy shit.
I know, I talk fast.
Dude, you got this. Man, dude. Listen, are you in Colorado?
I'll slow down.
Are you in Colorado?
I am not in Colorado.
Well, listen, you need to be in Colorado, somewhere close to the border. You need to get some weed. And you need to slow the shit down.
No,
oh my God,
weed, sir.
bro, you need some. Listen, I'm just saying, just for
I
my
was not
broadcast, can
slow.
you smoke a
Not
little
fast.
bit
I worked with everybody around the nation.
just to calm down a little bit? Because so far I've heard
I will
like
slow
a
down.
gurney. I caught gurney.
slow
What
down.
about a
That's
gurney?
good, sir.
What about the gurney?
All right, let me start over you.
No, don't start over. Just
Dan,
tell
let me
me
start over.
once they took you to the place, they put you on a gurney?
They took me, the police officer picked me up at my house in Erie, Colorado, hauled me to a hospital in Louisville. They put me on a gurney, and then they put me in a special the room next to the emergency room.
Oh.
Now there was an individual that shows
How
up.
did they put? Dude, you got to let me interject. I'm sorry. How the f did they get you to agree to lay on a gurney?
Because I told you, a police officer showed up at my home here in 600 Drive.
But if the police officer takes me to some creepy place and says, get on a gurney, I don't know if I'm just going to do that willingly. Okay, man, go for it.
Let me finish.
Okay,
let me finish.
Go for it.
So
all right.
It's simple. He drives me to the hospital, the Erie police officer. Okay. He drives me there because everybody knows he's going to run for governor of Colorado. I'm known by thousands of Colorado. And on the way there, he goes, I need you to get my vehicle. And I said, why? At my house. I said, I'm under arrest. He says, no. He said, Kirk, trust me, get my vehicle. And I said, well, what's happening? He goes, just get my vehicle, Kirk. I'm your friend. So he puts me in the back. He does not handcuff me at that point. He just says, get in the back of my car. And so I said, where are we going? He says, I'm taking you somewhere. I said, where are you taking me? He goes, I'm taking you to somewhere that we need to go. So I end up at the hospital in Louisville. Okay. Now, while I was in there, they take me into a special room, and it's next to the emergency room. And that's when they put me on a gurney. They said, you need to lay on this gurney. And I said, okay. And I said, what's happening here? They said, don't you worry about it. They said, we'll explain everything in a minute. So I'm on this gurney, right? This guy shows up about 10 minutes later. The police officers are still there. They had like 2 or 3 police officers outside this like curtained room. It has a curtain that they pulled over there. The guy shows up, he has a medallion on his chest, and it's some kind of gold medallion, right? And I said to him, I said, what are you doing here? And he was dressed in normal street clothes. He says, I come in for special cases.
He wasn't wearing a cloak?
And I said, really?
Come on, man.
No, he was not wearing any. He was not a physician or anything. He had normal street clothes on, but had a metal medallion on his chest.
Because a metal medallion with a cloak would be kind of badass.
Yeah, it's gold. It's a gold medallion, like a circle, like a circle medallion. Yeah. So he sits in a chair, right, and he keeps staring at me, and he's making me nervous. I'm like, what is this guy doing, right? So I asked one of the ER nurses, because she comes by. I said, who's that man? She goes, well, he comes in on sometimes special cases. She said the same thing. I said, what is going on here? Well, anyway, so he keeps standing there. So I didn't like him. So they had the curtain open halfway by the time. So I wanted him staring at me. So I shut it. And so he opens it again. He says, I said, what's going on? He goes, I need to look at you constantly, my friend. And I said, really? So this is what I said to him, because I realized he must have been somebody that was after me or something like this. So I said, how much can I pay you to leave me alone? Because I mean, I didn't have a lot of money. I had quite a bit, you know, because I was in the software field. I said, how much can I leave you alone? You know what he said to me? Not enough. And I said, oh shit, excuse my language. I said, you gotta be kidding me. So anyway, so he stays there, and they're monitoring the thing, and then they want to inject me with drugs. They said, well, we're gonna inject you with some drugs. I said, no, you're not. Not touch my body. And then so I was really hungry. I said, can I get something to eat?
Man.
They said, you are not going to eat until we get these drugs in you. I said, no way. I said, you're not gonna. I said, I'm not going to eat then. So I stay there about 3 hours. The police officers leave, and then all of a sudden, this is true, and this is amazing. They come in, and then they get a special ambulance for me, and they haul me to a mental institute south of Denver. It's like near, it's past Aurora. It was near Aurora, Colorado. Okay. And I opened this mental. I said, what in the heck am I doing here? Are you kidding me? So, and I opened this mental institute. Probably there was 100 patients who were mentally ill, and they put me in a special room. Okay. And while I'm there, they're trying to drug me. I wouldn't take the drugs or anything like that. So what happens is that I end up in there, and there's a guy that was a former in the Air Force. His name was Phil, and he actually had some mental problems, and they put me in the same room with him. And I'm trying to get out of there because I'm like, what is going on? Why am I in a mental institute, right? This and that. And there was a guy inside that was trying to get me out. He'd come in occasionally, because in there over like a week. About every other day, he'd come in and he says, Kirk, we're trying to get you out, okay? So we know you don't belong here. Well, anyway, so this guy named Phil, he's looking at, so I went into this room, and I started talking to this guy and there's There's several.
Doctor. His name wasn't Dr. Phil, was it? It wasn't Dr. Phil.
Well, okay, no.
Okay.
No, one of them was like a special. He was like a special, like social services guy. He claimed, and there's two other individuals kept wandering around with him, right?
Okay.
Well, anyway, so I had gone into the hall to this room. So I talked to this guy. He said, "I'm gonna get you out, Kirk." He said, "Just hang in there, okay?" So we're working on it. So I leave this room and I come back into the room with Phil that they had me, this guy who was booked with, and he goes, "Hey," also because we were good friends, they're talking. He goes, "Man, get away from me." I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Bud, you're my friend." I said, "Just get away from me. I don't want to talk to you again." I said, "What's going on?" He said, "I can see the blues running around outside. You got detectives running around everywhere in this hospital about you." He goes, "I don't know what trouble you're in," but he goes, "You stay away from me." He said, "You stay away from me, bud." I said, "You kidding me, Phil?" He goes, "Look at that car." He says, "Is that brown car?" He goes, "Bud, I used to be undercover." He goes, "Man, that is a blue." And he said, "What is going on?" I said, "Don't worry about this." So anyway, so when I was in there, I found out later because I finally get released after a week in there, and they're trying to drug the entire time. Well, hey, what I found out was that they're trying to figure out whose side was on whose side, and which side is who's on whose side. The detectives and everything in Colorado, and they had a lot of people, trying to figure out what. So they let me out, and then the reason why they let me out, I said, "I'm not going to run for governor." I said, "I'm done. I'm serious." I said, "I'm done. I don't want to run for governor," and they let me out. Okay. So even the police officers in Erie, they said, "Man, said, are you still running for governor?" I said, No. I said, "Focus on friends and family." I said, "Just focus on friends. Be the good in the world with them." I said, "Man, you run for governor, it's a nightmare." I said, "Man, they'll come after you." So one of the name is Officer Began. He was actually he's a sergeant now. He said, "Man, you're right, buddy." He goes, "Don't run for governor. Just focus on your friends and family." Well, anyway, I found out later. Guess what? I'm running for God now. I kid you not. Yeah, God. God protects me in this thing. Well, so I'm with this. What I found out was that even Trump, the beast system, Illuminati have 100% control of who even runs. Your vote is useless. It no longer counts.
So do you think?
It is useless.
Okay, look, man. I don't know how to vet this story, but I'm just gonna, I'm just winging it here. But look,
I'm telling you, I can prove it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, listen to me. Let
me give you an example.
So let me just moral of the story is what you're saying is essentially they were gonna they wanted you to quit. So you're saying that you were running for governor. Yeah. You're saying this can be vetted. Okay, fine. Let's say you did. And you're saying that these people, hold on. Yeah. You're saying these people pulled you aside. Yeah, essentially, we're going to make you literally either be insane or at least look insane so that your campaign would have not got off the ground. That's what you're trying to tell me.
Well, not only that, I found out later that the Russians used to do this to protect you because remember, we had good and bad sides fighting each other. And because there are good CIA agents, by the way, no CIA agents, there are good ones and bad ones. It's like everything. There's good, bad principles, there's good, bad people in this world. And I've got good CIA agents and FBI agents as well, okay? So don't forget that, okay? So they're trying to figure out whose side and who's what. I was going to run. I said, I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican. I said, we got to unite as a people, like John F. Kennedy. So that was my platform. I said, I want to run.
Oh, you want to run on Kennedy's platform, bro. It didn't end up too well.
And they didn't
him,
like
apparently.
it. They liked the division. I said, right. They love the division, divide the people. That's why they got you guys are, with Hillary and Trump and which side this and that. See, it's division. Even when the president said, it was a Lincoln said, "House divided will never succeed." So they divide us so that we sit there and bicker and argue as Trump on our side, this side, that, and see, and they don't want you running with the people because we'll change the world and change all this garbage they're throwing down us. And that was my platform. I said, I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, or freaking libertarian. I said, and they just asked me, they said, what political party you belong to? I said, I belong to myself, Kirk James.
Oh, but wrong answer, buddy. Wrong answer. Yeah, that'll get you. Party, that'll get you followed right there.
You want to run? What's up?
Yeah, don't ever tell them you run for your own party. Are you kidding me? Now you're third party. You didn't put yourself out there on a pedestal, buddy.
You believe in yourself.
No, I'm just telling you. Don't tell. That's fine. You tell them, but you need to pick. You need to pick your either Coke or your Pepsi, sir. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run on my own morals. Yeah. You just wait and see.
I said I'm running for the people. We the people.
Yeah. Oh, that'll. Well. Yeah, that's
I
gonna
said,
get
"We're
you.
running the people." I said, "I'm
That's gonna get you a black helicopter, sir.
You know,
Yeah, you're gonna get a black helicopter talking. You're talking crazy talk now. That you're gonna get a black helicopter
Well, I
talking
know.
like that. What, you crazy? You don't
How
say
does it
that.
matter,
You
but
tell
I
him
said,
you're a
I
card
thought
carrying
drones-
Republican or a Democrat. That's what you tell him. You don't
Yeah.
tell him, yeah. You tell him some other kind of
They want you to
craziness
take
like
a
that.
party so they can pick at it.
Oh no, they don't want to hear that. Oh, I'm telling you.
Now,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it gets so
Mhm.
bizarre. I mean, I had drones follow me. Not kidding you. They had drones, and actually, there was a guy who was going to run for mayor as a Republican, and he actually warned me about this because his name is actually sells drones with the Air Force. It makes millions of dollars off of them, and he was running for mayor in Louisville, Colorado. And I went to him. I said, "Hey, I need a lieutenant governor. You want to run with me?" He goes, "Bud," he goes, "I got millions, but he goes, Illuminati will shut you down." I did believe him. I said, "Oh, right." He goes, "Bud," he goes, "you do not have the power. Trust me." He said, "Illuminati." And I said, "Well, you're running for mayor." He goes, "Yeah, it's small fry. I can impact my local town." He said, "But Illuminati will just squash you in 2 seconds." And guess
Listen,
what?
man.
They did. They
Listen.
shut me down.
Can I ask a question?
Fizzy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you a wedding singer?
No, I play music, play keyboard. I'm a musician.
I'm trying to Google you, and I came up with.
But that's
A wedding. He's a wedding singer. Is what you got so far. Okay.
Yeah, you got great reviews.
It's like you're a guy who gets hired. You get hired, yeah, to sing at weddings. You know,
It
you get
says
hired.
this is not your usual wedding band.
No,
My
no.
husband heard
No,
Kirk James play.
They're no international band, but I've even met Kirk Cameron. By the way, he's a great guy. I've met everybody around the world. God's introduced me to the guy that's in the desert with a host named America. I met him in South Dakota in the lake. And I know Brulé. It's an international band. It's like they're great people. They're Christians. Nicole's world's she's been 2-time international award winner for being the best flutist. And I know international bands. And it's not about who I know, but see, God put me in contact with these a lot of resources. I'm not kidding you. There's a guy in Michigan. And there's 20 of them. One of them used to work next to Trump as a CIA agent, a veteran. And he said, "Man, I don't care what your religion and what your politics is, but we got to get our country back." Now, I'm going to tell you this is the truth. He's actually he's got a lawsuit filed against every political congressman and lady right now that they got attorney generals that are high powered, that are supposed to be on our side, that he wants them all to be either resign or be put behind bars. Now, and also he said, "You got all the contacts, Kirk." So I'm actually starting a website with some people that we are lining. We're lining people around the world, especially Mandela affected, to see what we need to do for God. And he said, "Kirk, you got all the contacts." He goes, "I got the power. I got the attorneys to throw every one of them in jail." They said, "You got the resources, all the contacts." So what, so I got all these contacts. I mean, I can bring in international bands to sing a song like World Peace, like Michael Jackson and all others about that time where, remember that song that said, remember during after Hurricane Katrina? Yeah, where they sing around the world. So I got bands that I can pull in about seconds. I even got like America. I got a bunch of different ones. Now Night Ranger, they won't talk to me, so don't worry about them. Anyway, and we got
nobody cares about Night Ranger anyway. Yeah, that wouldn't be a good.
Yeah, who cares about Night Ranger?
Who the hell remembers Night Ranger?
I talked to several different bands.
Holy shit,
Night
Ranger! I haven't heard that.
Mr. Christian.
Well, yeah, I remember them, but nobody remember. I'm just saying, like, I haven't heard the everybody invoked. I remember them, but I'm just saying nobody's invoked the name Night Ranger in 30 years. Holy shit! Talking about blast from the past, Night Ranger.
They were in South Dakota.
Holy, no one that I've met said, "Man, I'm jamming out to some Night Ranger tonight." Nobody. Like, you're the only guy I know that listens to Night Ranger, bro.
The only guy. Hey, what? You don't remember Night Ranger?
Yeah, I remember them. No, I do. I'm just saying, but nobody. I'm just like, wow, Night Ranger.
Well,
like of all the words you could have said, all the bands.
You're a 38 special guy.
My man,
I'm talking over you. Let's talk.
No, I'm fine, man. I'm blown away by Night Ranger. I'm sorry, it did me in tonight. That's it. I'm done. Broadcast is over.
It's done. Well, okay. Now,
hey, man, look, dude, listen. Yeah.
What's that?
Okay. No, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, okay. Now, see, here's the thing: is you got to realize that now. I don't talk to the other side that much. I'll be honest. I don't. I mean, so you start saying like, so anyway, they told me to back off because I said I was actually calling governors and mayors across the nation saying about this coronavirus, which corona means, by the way, a crown, And then 19 is 10, Satan, crown of Satan, kid you not, in Gematria code. But I think we talked about it last time.
Sure.
But anyway, I'm going to talk slower because I'm talking fast. When they told me to leave it alone because they said we can't expose the all the rotten governors and all this about a violation of constitutional rights, our human rights, and our God-given rights. Okay, so they said you back off because if we interfere with God's movement on this stuff, then we create a problem. So we have to wait, be patient. See, there's already a lady in Michigan who the governor there. She thinks she's God, and boy, she just did another extension of that stay-at-home policy. And even the local sheriff there, I was talking, that's the guy that's in Michigan, the CIA agent, they're retired. He said that the local sheriff about had it with her, and they want to arrest her now already. They said they can't take it anymore of her BS. So we got to let this stuff unfold. I mean, we want to be a voice, but not such a loud voice that we interact with God to make these people get exposed. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Because we know the whole bullcrap of this about scaring them. Now, that's why I want to say real quickly that everyone knows this, that if you believe in God, have no fear, okay? You know, you don't tempt God and do stupid things, but I have no more fear. I'm serious. I do not fear anything because I can also explain to you about this reality, this Mandela effect, what's happening I discovered in the last 3 days. But see, that's the thing. You cannot fear. And that's the thing what you said earlier, which is a really good point. We have become weak Christians. We've become weak believers in God. See, it's not about Christianity, that we've been rolled over because nobody wants to stand up or have the belief in God. You got preachers and pastors that.
Well, for evil to exist is for good men to do nothing, and that's what I've seen for the last few decades. Is good men to do nothing, and it's just we've sort of just allowed it. We've accepted it because we've been browbeaten into it, and I just think that now we got this world that we sort of like all looking around, going, "Man, this ain't even the place." I can't. I have regular people that are on like, I don't know, the Alex Jones level of conspiracy, whatever. They're there. And they're coming to me. Right? They're coming to me going, "Man, oh my gosh, wow, Dan, can you believe what's happening? And by the way, have you heard of this QAnon stuff?" I'm like, "Oh Jesus, listen, look, another one. Yeah. Those are the cops coming for you, buddy. They're coming for you, man. I'm just telling you. Listen, there's a lot going on here, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah. You're right. And I believe we have to watch the fear, and I understand completely.
Yeah, fear is control.
I understand that. Absolutely, it's catalyzing. It's what they've done for a long time now, and I agree. 100%.
Yeah, for thousands of years. Yeah. Hey Dan, I know you got a lot here. I'm going to give you 1 minute.
The only thing is, man, I have to take you. Okay? I have to.
And then cut me off.
Okay, all right, go for it.
I'll be really quick. Yeah, I promise.
All right.
Now, here's the thing: now there's two important things that Jesus came to tell us, and that's where this is really important you understand. That one was love one another, as we know, right? It solves all the 10 Commandments, solves everything in the Bible. You love one another, you won't do naughty things to each other, right? Now, number two was he came to tell us something very important. Be in this world, but not of this world. Now, think about that statement. Be in this world, of this world. Well, that's what you're going through with the Mandela effect, okay? That we are seeing all these things change around us. It's kind of like a computer, a simulation, a matrix, okay? And that's what he's telling us, that to get out of this system, we're going to do our job here. We're going to fight this beast system because it's all real. Satan's real, this whole thing is. But that's what he's trying to say. And the prophet said, be in this world, but not of this world. So that's why you're hearing things about demons around, soullessness, NPCs, that Jesus, that was one of his message. So it doesn't even matter if you believe in Jesus Christ died on the cross or not, which is, he did. But even if somebody doesn't believe that, you got to understand that that was one of his messages he's trying to tell us, that you are basically, and this world's gotten so fakery, it's disgusting, right? I mean, I didn't, like you said, I didn't recognize this world. You got clouds that don't look normal. You're like in a simulation. And that's what he's trying to tell us, that you
well, maybe that's part of the whole
world.
Let me explain. And like I said, for every one of us in this Mandela effect or whatever it means, I've taken the stance on it, is that whatever needed to happen for everyone here, for a personal reason. You see certain things and experience certain things for you. And I think that some of us have spoken out, like, on this channel, as well as others. So here's basically the punchline to this whole thing, is that essentially, we have to experience this and go through this, because look, without this knowledge and this understanding, you might still be in the world, like you were just saying. That's a good point.
Exactly. Oh, well
You
put,
would
Dan.
still be stuck in this world, and this is the way. This allows you to step outside of it and to see the bigger picture that's taking place here. And I think that for every one of us, that's really the main importance.
That's well said, Dan. That is awesome. You got it.
Wow.
All
I'm
right.
trying.
So I know
Thanks,
I
brother.
know you have some other callers and stuff like that, but thank you,
Dude,
Dan. And
hey man,
yeah,
sorry
you guys
about
are
the
awesome.
issues
Just
earlier,
hang in
man.
there,
No
though.
worries, man. Hey, dude, we
Yeah,
always
remember, we're
are.
not supposed to know everything, right? It's all about timing too. So the thing is, there's a reason. All this is for a purpose. You know this, right? So we just got to put our trust in God and know that when and don't feel like you said, and just keep loving one another and helping one another. And that's what we can do now. That's the best thing we do, because I put 100% trust in God, and I know. I mean, that's what we have to do, right? And so I had to babble about that. So like I said, don't fear the system, and because fear, like we've always been through, that it's the biggest way to control people. It's a predictive program, and we're just gonna roll you over. But everybody's awake on this. Anybody that's on this, you've been chosen, and you've accepted, the love of God. So remember that every one of us have got to work together. A family. I call it the family. They told me this funny. They call it Team Dad. So I don't know. That's the other side. They call it family, or like a baseball team or a football team. We just keep doing what we need to do and working together. Okay. And then remember that this is like a church. It's a school. We're trying to learn the best we can, right? And be the best
Man,
we can
just
be.
hey, I'll be
Right.
the first one to tell you, man. It is definitely just a learning experience. So thank you, brother, for that.
Oh,
And
but it's
have a great
filthy,
night.
man. Thank you,
Yeah.
brother. This is Phil
All right.
here. Let's get out of here soon, though, and help us.
All right,
So,
man.
Yeah, I think.
All right, brother. Take care, man.
Take care.
All right, bye.
Big brother. Bye.
All right, Kirk. Thank you, man, for the call. And I just joke with Kirk and say, "Look, man, he calls in so excitable. It's like, man, dude, I can only take so much Kirk. I need like in moderation. I need my dose of Kirk, which is he goes on these. He has a lot to say with it. He says the most, puts out more information than any man I've ever talked to in the shortest amount of time. Like it's like a ball of information thrown at you, like a big medicine ball full of information hitting you right in the chest. And you're just like, holy shit, man, let me mill this over a little bit, dude. Like, hold on, man, you're talking to a dude in Texas. We take things a little slower down here, okay? I need my information toned down some, like come at me a little, like with a little bit of a southern drawl. That's all I'm saying, But yeah, he's obviously had a lot to say, and we appreciate it. And look, let's see what we got next year. We Las Vegas, Nevada has been waiting a while. Las Vegas, you're on with Scar Performance. What is your mind? What's on your mind tonight?
Hello, this is Janice Windsor.
Oh, Miss Windsor, how are you?
Yes, I ran across something. I think the Mandela effect.
Oh,
But
okay.
you
What do
never
you got?
know. You might not just heard about it, so not everybody's heard of everything.
All right.
It's
What do you
called
have for us?
aphantasia. It's called aphantation.
Eh.
Some people pronounce it aphantasia.
I've heard of Fantasia. I've heard of
Okay,
infanticide.
it has to do with the way people's minds work.
Uh-huh.
Some people cannot
Oh.
visualize anything in their mind.
Oh, I've heard about
And
this.
they
Yeah,
just
a few months ago, this was brought up at some point. We were talking about like where there's a certain percent of people that actually don't like visualize,
Right.
themselves doing
It
things,
says
or
it's a mental
Yeah.
condition characterized by an inability to voluntarily visualize mental imagery, also report an inability to recall sounds, smells, and touch, and the inability to recognize faces. So they don't remember what people look like.
Facing is an extreme version of it, but it can be connected, but not necessarily.
I've never
Everybody
never
thinks
heard
it's
of it a
different.
few months ago, and it's weird because I find that to be so bizarre that people can't
Yeah.
do the visualization stuff, because growing up, where I grew up in Las Vegas, and well, not Las Vegas, but California, we lived up in the hills, and there wasn't a lot of kids around. And I remember, when I was younger, creating like playing, in my room or whatever, and creating and visualizing. I could just live in my head, like literally visualize all kinds of scenarios where, I was doing whatever. I was a cowboy or I was whatever, you were something playing as a kid. And I remember doing a lot of that visualization. In fact, I used to be teased about it because my sister would call it Dan's playing intergalactic finger wars again, because I would visualize stuff and I'd move my hands and I would, to me, it's very normal thing. So when I heard about that, I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, that's so weird. So what do people like that? I mean, what's the percentage there, Fizzy, on that, on how many people can't do this?
They say it's 2%.
Oh, it's only 2% of the people cannot visualize?
That's what they say, but not most people don't know they've got it. Most people go their entire lives without even realizing it isn't normal.
Because we've gotten all our visual stimulation from the televisions. You don't sit down and
it is a recently discovered condition, and only 1 to 3%.
Yeah,
weird.
I thought it was higher, but okay, all right. Well, strange.
But it's amazing. People can have this and not even know it. When you tell them to visualize, they think that it's a metaphor.
Well, it's only 2%.
Here's how to they already know how to fix it. It says, close your eyes and describe what you see. If you don't see anything, gently rub your closed eyes like a sleepy child. That's Google's recommendation. Specifically, a sleepy child.
How is that supposed to correct anything?
I don't know.
See, sometimes I wonder about some of this stuff that they're putting out. Is it real or not? Like, because I don't think we've ever met.
Yeah,
I mean, we're talking. Well, we say that, but then
try to picture an apple. Can you do it?
Well, of course I can.
There's a lot of people on YouTube talking about it.
I know. But here's the thing, like Scott,
And
one time, remember
conditions.
that time Scott brought up that crazy condition, and he said that you might be messed up if you took in the way, and I swear this was on the internet, and it said that if you put in a USB port upside down, which is only a 50-50 chance you could do it.
You have a cat disease.
You have the cat disease. It's like, oh my God. And I was just like, that is such a bunch of BS. Of course, everyone's done that because we all grab the damn things and try to stick them in there and we mess up. It doesn't mean I got the cat disease. You just flip it. And now if you sit there and keep trying it over and over and over, expecting a different result, well, that might be a form of insanity. I don't know. However, I would imagine like we've all, stuck the USB slot the wrong way before and just flipped it and put it in right. Okay,
This is odd. Do you know what?
Anyway,
I looked up what could cause this, and there was a man that lost his ability to visualize after heart surgery, and it somehow affected his brain. That's strange. How would that do anything?
That's weird, though. Very weird. Yeah, but I don't know.
I suspect that these people would not be Mandela affected because they don't have a memory of objects to remember.
Oh, it's probably something
like.
If that's happening to people, it's probably because of some shit they tested in the vaccines. Something they put in people. Years ago there was this weird. I saw this, and there was literally like some military people. I don't know if the video is even still on YouTube. It probably isn't, but I kid you not. And I haven't looked up this since Mandela Effect, but there was a point in time where I was talking to my friend about conspiracies, and one of the weird ones they found that I think that was out there was the ability to they looked at the brain they monitor the brain when you would pray, and they noticed that when you were in prayer, okay, certain aspects of the brain light up, and so they created a vaccine that would make this like your brain not be receptive to prayer. It's really weird. And I know it sounds strange, but it was absolutely true. And they called it FunVax, fundamentalist vaccine, because they were going to vaccinate the people who were like, wanted to, wage holy jihad on America and vaccinate them so that they wouldn't be so willing to fight for God, or their God or whatever. Like, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, that's just lovely. So they've found a way to interrupt those centers of the brain, right? So maybe detaching yourself from any type of Holy Spirit or, something spiritual. So who's to say Christians aren't next, or anybody for that matter? Like, that is a scary shit. Like, and like nobody seemed to make a big deal about this. Like this is not okay, people. So when you talk about the way you're talking about with the brain and the visualization stuff, it feels like this is some sort of like something they put out there to test on people. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Sounds very, very suspect to me.
Yeah, there's a gentleman on YouTube that's helping people learn how to visualize. It seems to be on a spectrum. Some people are worse than others. And there's quite a few people with the condition talking about it. But most of them didn't even know they had it for most of their lives.
Mm.
Not until this gentleman with the heart condition.
And all I would say is
that's when they
it could be something they put in the vaccines to test on us. It could be just maybe from the lack of using your brain in that capacity. Perhaps, most people get too visually stimulated by the television or moving pictures or whatever, like the television is obviously a programming device, and perhaps you've just allowed yourself. It's like, it's like allowing some other machine to sort of take over your thought patterns, and then over time you've lost the ability to do this. And I would imagine that if you get away from that, hopefully that comes back, but anyway, that's just weird. I mean, I can't even imagine. It's hard to even fathom that people can't visualize stuff. But then again, I always worry that this type of information leaks out and then people are like, oh, those are NPCs. They're not real. Those are they're clones. Who knows? I don't know. Why do I know this? And I didn't even get on social media. I'm just like, I'm absolutely sure I know what people are saying to this. I can tell. I can visualize.
I suspect,
yeah. Okay.
I suspect that Mandela affected people would not have this condition because most people that are Mandela affected visualize very well because they remember what it used to be.
That's primarily how I remember Mandela effects. Yeah. It's not so much that I'm like,
they wouldn't be able to remember them.
I can, no, the people who are people that are seeing it and experiencing it, and definitely I think are very attuned to visualization. Many times, like when I find a word, it's not so much that I know the spelling of the word, I know how it's written out, and I have an imprint of the way the word is, and then I'll see like an extra letter or IE change or whatever, a C or whatever added to it, and then I noticed it, and I was like, wait a minute. To me, a lot of times they look longer or shorter in some cases, and that's how I know to research it and look at it before I even get a squiggle. And then so that's how I find a lot of the word changes anyway. So very interesting. Yeah, well, thanks for bringing that up. Was there anything else you had?
Well, I was wondering if anybody in the chat room might have heard of it. If any mark or have this condition, I'd be very surprised.
I wouldn't imagine my audience has this condition. Although I'd bet that if someone did, they wouldn't admit to it. Like Richard, he can't, he's Australian. They're all screwed. So yeah, they probably don't have any visualization. I mean, other than like all they get to stare at is cactus and lizards and stuff. So it's probably not much there. If there is some, it's very, very minute. And anyway, we'll pray for Richard. But I don't know. Maybe could be. But
to hear their reactions when they find out about it, it's very similar to someone first discovering the Mandela effect because they don't believe it's real.
Well, I'll look into it some more.
That you can actually visualize things, they don't believe them.
That's weird. It's so funny. It's just bizarre to me. And like I said, I can't really quite understand it because I've never had problems visualizing. However, it's very strange. And we did cover this. We talked about it on the Mandela Monday show or one of our shows. And I remember covering this topic. So it was covered. And I know, but some stuff goes back around, it gets hot for a while and it, fades, and then somebody brings it back up in a post, and it's like, holy crap, I got to share this. And yeah, but I remember us talking about the very thing you're talking about. So yeah, I just thought it was more people at the time. I thought it was like 30% of the people or something like that, but I could be wrong, But yeah,
I watched quite a bit of
Mhm.
information, and they said 2%.
2%.
But if it's
Okay.
underreported, how would you know?
Well, how do they really know? I mean, 2% is,
Yeah.
I guess that's what they, maybe studied or whatever, but could be in certain areas there's more. I don't know. It's very, very bizarre nonetheless. And how they even came to this and figured this out, I have no idea. But it's like Fizzy said, it was fairly a new thing. But there's a lot of new phenomena and new weird like mental issues out there, like strange ones. Like I read a long time ago. It was really weird. Like what was it? The Paris syndrome, where people go to Paris, typically from China and Eastern countries, and they go and they and when they get there, they go to it almost sounds ridiculous. Like, this can't be real. But Paris syndrome is where, you go to Paris and you realize it sucks and you just go through a deep depression. And then there was Jerusalem syndrome, was where you go to Jerusalem and you eventually wander out to the desert with a toga and you start reciting Bible verse. And the only cure is to go away. Walk away, get away from Israel. And I don't know if any of that was really true, but it was stuff that was apparently reported, and I covered it once. It was funny reading through them. Like, I'm like, are you serious? Like, this can't be a real thing. And it was a good laugh, but haven't really touched on it since then. So I don't know if that stuff's real, but I did a video on it, and then some people swear it was, and these were real syndromes, and I don't know. It's a very odd world we live in. All right, honey. Well, let me jump to the next call, and we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We've hit 3 hours, so we got to shut this broadcast down. But I just want to say thank you for the call,
Okay,
and you have a great night. Okay.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Take care. All right. Excellent call. And yeah, do you remember us covering all those weird syndromes, Fizzy? I think I covered on video once.
Yeah.
I talked about it on air too. It's wild.
I sent you an image. This is how silly it's getting. This place is offering free coffee if you show that you downloaded the new tracking app. So they're offering rewards to people who download the app.
You know what? There's somebody free coffee. Oh yeah, I'll sign up for that app, of course. Like, oh god, they're always doing this stuff, man. They want all your information. I swear I am so tired of these information whores. Like, so on a game, I was talking about earlier, the Warships game, they were like, win a free ship. And you just enter in. And to enter in, I was like, okay, just go on YouTube and subscribe, right? No, you gotta go to YouTube and subscribe, and then you have to like give them your channel name and everything. And I'm like,
oh no, you don't want them finding out what you're up to, Dan.
well, especially since the freaking game is apparently the makers of the game are out of freaking Russia. Like, oh, that's all I need. A bunch of Russian hackers, But yeah, but they didn't want to do it, and everything I clicked on, like as a way to enter, was like a total information, wanting your information, like just gathering collection of your information, just gathering it up, and they were wanting your phone number in some cases and stuff like that. I'm like, oh hell no, I don't need nothing free that bad. I'm like, shoot, you're crazy. I ain't doing that. But people will do it. People will literally go out there and sign up for whatever and just give their information out like it's willy-nilly just to get a cup of coffee. And now they're going to be part of the tracking app. You people are idiots. I swear to God. You better give me like a new car or something. I better not. It better be more than a cup of coffee.
That's kind of silly.
I'm just saying. It better be a nice car too. I'm not talking about no.
But I guess they're thinking if they don't have it, then there's no harm in getting the app, because they're not going to be shunned.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Anyway.
And the shunning. Shun me. Hey, Texans are modern Aussies now, according to the Book of Daniel. That's funny, Richard. You know what? Keep it up, Aussie boy. I know I've been picking on Richard all night. Yeah. Look,
I also sent you an
very
article. I
right.
think
Yeah.
I think I might have found our Captain Kirk.
Okay. I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna do it online. Show the man's information.
No, it's funny. He was accused of making concerning statements to a church, and I just thought of him like trying to Mandela the church or something.
Oh, I'm
It
sure he did.
probably
I
isn't
forgot
him.
that. Probably no. It sounds exactly like him. I'm absolutely sure. Actually, I thought about doing the same thing. He just had more of essentially more guts than I did because I knew what would happen. Like I could see me walking in there and being like, grabbing the mic from the pastor and being like, "Hey,
No,
your Bible's changing." Yeah, that's gonna roll over well. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna get hauled out of there. they're gonna call the cops, and I'm gonna like it would not be pretty, right? So I kind of knew I was like I can visualize, okay, myself being thrown out of the church. All right, so I was just like, I guess I won't, go down that road because I can see what's gonna happen. It's not gonna be nice, and no one's gonna listen to me, even though I throw out some really hardcore Mandela effects. Not that they would give me a chance to speak on the matter. I doubt that would even happen because when I went to my pastor when this first happened, I went to Wednesday night, fellowship, and me and him one-on-one. I sat him down and I'm like, dude, I got some concerns, and I said, I'm gonna talk about a little bit of Isaiah 11:6. Tell me about this lion and the lamb. He's like, Dan, now was it a lion or was it a wolf? And I'm like, and I like died right there. I was like, oh no. I was like, okay, wow, I gotta go. Like it was a creepy feeling because he was like, he remembered the wolf, and I'm like, I don't remember no wolf, man. But I'm gonna peace out now before you call the authority on me, get me, put in the bowels of the church and reprogram me. So I was like,
Your church is a dungeon?
No, it probably doesn't. Just thinking maybe it does, and that's where all the Masons in their eyes wide shut meetings show up. It's probably at the bottom of that bitch. I don't know. I'm kidding. I'm just joking. It's like you just wonder how many weird places are out there, like like underground, like kind of things like you see in the movies. Like, is that near me? That's what they need an app for. They need an app to tell us where all the Illuminati dungeons are. Like, all the places, like I'm sure like most Masonic temples will have that, and then other places.
You probably already have an app for that.
Fire station.
It's like a
Anywhere
people
like,
finder app, only you can find your fellow lizards.
There you go. Yeah, think of it like a sort of like a Geico insurance app, but for another purpose. That'd be
Tinder
good.
for lizards.
Exact Tinder for lizards. For reptilians. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so we got one more call, and then we're shutting this down, people. Okay, did 3 hours, and it's been great hanging out with you guys. Been a great broadcast. Been all fun. Let's see. Up next, we have San Francisco, California, the home of the gay. Hey, San Francisco, what's up?
Wait a minute. I'm not gay. That's messed up.
Hey, man, I had to go there, dude. I'm sorry, man. What's up? I forgot. I really didn't know who was on the line. I was just saying. Hey, so what's happening, man? Who is this? Tell everybody who this is.
Yeah. Well,
This
girls
is-
isn't happy. I'm trying to stay
Yeah.
happy like Pharrell in San Francisco. So, but yeah, this is Propagate Light. Propagate this light. What's up? What's going on?
Hey, man, Propagate. How you doing, dude? Good to see you, man, and hope you're doing well, man. What's been going on? I saw that you were over there talking with Teresa and Sandy and some of the girls from the show.
Yeah. I don't have much to say. I just called to say hi to you and Fizzy Pop. But yeah, they gave me an interview a couple of days ago, and that was my first interview. Usually, I'm the one doing the interviewing.
Yes.
On my music podcast, I don't have any interviews on my channel, but on my music podcast, I used to interview hip hop artists from the '90s. So, but yeah,
No
that was
kidding.
my first interview.
Oh,
And,
wait a minute. Wait.
Huh?
Which hip hop artists have you interviewed from the 90s? I got to hear this. Who have you interviewed?
Are you familiar with that rap group called Black Sheep?
Black Sheep. I think I heard of them before, but it's been a while. But I think I remember them if I'm not mistaken. Okay. All right. Oh.
Yeah,
All right. Okay.
they made a song you can get with this, you can get with that. You can get with
Yes.
this, you can get with that.
I've heard
Black
that song. Sure. Oh, that's Black Sheep. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Thanks
Yeah,
for that. Yeah. Very cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What do you guys talk about over there?
And,
You just talk about
have
the
you heard-
music industry, or do you guys get into? What do you get into?
This was a while ago when I interviewed him. I just pretty much did a basic interview. Just interviewed him on how you guys started and what influenced him to create the music that he creates, and what was the backstory of, because his song was on this hamster Kia car commercial back in the day, and I was asking him about that, and he just gave me some backstory on that. He said he didn't get paid for that.
We mean you didn't get paid for that. What? Oh man, that was a gig.
Yeah.
I would assume they would have got paid for it for sure. But yeah, you know what I like about some of that is I hear some of the underworkings of the music into the industry. Like I like to hear about what dudes who went through all that and what kind of stories they got, because it's pretty interesting. When you just every once in a while you'll see these clips of mainly rappers that'll tell you about some crazy shit that goes down, man, in the industry, and some of it's pretty wicked that nowadays, but yeah, you just hear these stories and stuff, and it's just yeah, it's an interesting listen to anyway.
Mm-hmm. And you remember that rap group that Shaq O'Neal was briefly in, called the Fushnikins?
No, I don't. No, but I remember they had a stint with rap. I remember, like, it's weird how like everyone got into hip hop, like it was their backup. Like, I don't know, it was weird for a while. Like all these sports. I remember Deion Sanders did some rapping and stuff for a while too, and like they would do sports, and then they wanted to be rap stars. Like that was the new thing. It's like cut a rap album. They weren't really that good. I mean, Deion, it's pretty cringe to listen to it now. Probably back in those days, it wasn't so bad. All that was new to us and stuff. But when you go back and listen to it, you're like, oh my goodness, like, whoa, that's pretty bad. Yeah. But nah, man, I don't remember that. But yeah. So did you interview Shaq?
Oh, I didn't hear that last part. You broke up on me.
Oh, well, did you interview Shaquille O'Neal?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
I interviewed a guy named Chip Fu. His name is Chip Fu in that group. He's the one with the dreads. That's my name.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Some of the rap guys, like they've, I don't know. Well, one I would think I would like to interview. Honestly, I would like to talk to him just because he said so much about stuff. But I would like to interview B.O.B.
B.O.B. Yeah, because yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because B.O.B., whether you agree with him or not, it seems like one awake dude, and like he'll say it to you with a straight face, man. It's pretty crazy. Like I don't know, like you take everything. People could be just whatever messing with you or whatever, but he seems like a pretty interesting dude. And I don't know, the stuff about the cloning center has always tripped me out. Like when he was talking about the cloning center stuff, that was wild, man. I was like, damn, that's crazy. But I'd always like to just, talk to the dude and interview him. And then there was another dude, another rapper. I actually subscribed to his channel a while back. He really didn't make it like big, right? Like he's sort of independent. He could have, and he said that they were offering him, like they sat him down and they were like offering him the contract and all this sort of stuff. And he said that he literally felt like he was signing his soul away, so he didn't do it. And then after that, he just never went anywhere. Like he didn't get with these dudes, and he didn't sign that big contract. And they really wanted him, but like just stuff like that. Those type of interviews. Like I like to hear the personal story with those people. To find out what happened. And hear it from them again, and interview them and go into more detail about what transpired in their life and what brought them to the point they are now. And And are they, you know, I would ask them, hey, you know, do you still feel you made the right choice? And I bet you they do, you know, because now you see the industry and like nobody, yeah, you know, does anybody really respect Hollywood anymore? I don't think so. I think now, like at least most of the people I run with and most of the people on my channel, like we see it as like, well, that's the worst thing you could be is famous. Like that's not even you know, like, you know, there's to be a point, like when I first got on YouTube, when I started doing this, dude, I was like, you know, I could make this. Nah, I'm gonna get out there, dude, and do this channel and you never know. I mean, maybe my shit goes big, you know? And I gotta be honest with you, I'm quite happy with where everything went. I'm glad I didn't go, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get like crazy huge or anything like that because honestly, I think with, you know, all that comes a price. And I'm okay with that. You know, I'm cool. But like at first, you know, you think you have the aspirations and stuff like that. And you wonder, like, hey, you never know where this might go. You know, I might be interviewed on Rogan or something later on. You know, hey, you know, here's this upcoming YouTuber, you know, Scared Performance Channel. But yeah, nah, man, it's all good. You know, because now what I know, you know, I realize, hey, dude, this is a different type of fight. And you know, I don't think you can speak the truth you really need to speak if you get to that level. You see what I'm saying? You can speak some of it, but you gotta be careful, man, because it's, you know, they own you. So anyway, there's that, man. Just saying. But what else is on your mind, brother?
Well, yeah, no, I was gonna say, well, it will make sense, you know, if your person is calling that the system, then it will make sense that the system is going to have rules that the system has, you know, and so you may not be able to. It'd be a conflict of interest, kind of like, you know, you can't really speak exactly what you want to speak. It will make sense, you know.
Well, I've been offered, you know, like early on, like my first year, I was starting after the broadcasting. So probably my second year on YouTube, and you know, people approached me, man, and that was the thing. Is you know, radio, you know, approached me too, and they were like, "Yeah, man, we love your show. We love what you do. You know, we want you to do everything, but the only thing we have a problem with is you can't talk about Jesus." Like, what? I was like, wait, what? Wait, hold on a minute. I mean, I can talk about anything I want, just don't talk to Christians, or don't get anything, you know, like that. Like, I can be spiritual, I just can't mention Jesus. Like, that's crazy to me. Like that was the thing. That was the deal. It was like, well, we want you, but we don't want you to talk about Jesus. Okay. And then the other guys.
What was their reason?
I don't know. I mean, the only way I could say it is that was what they told me. You know, they didn't want me to do it. Like, they didn't want me to go down that road. They didn't want they wanted all their stuff to be about spirituality or something. And I say the term loosely. I know what my audience will say, but I mean, when I say new age, I mean, like, even though new age is really old age, I get it. Okay. You don't have to tell me, but what I'm trying to say is, you know, like new doctrine type stuff. Okay. I talk about that, talk about love and light, talk about whatever. I could do that, which I do anyway. You know, I talk some of that as well, but if I mention Jesus at all, okay, well, then they don't, that was one of the rules I can't break. I found that to be interesting. You know, they want that everything else is on the table, but don't you dare. Oh, the one thing, man, the one thing I talk about anything else, we feel like you mentioned Jesus too much. Like, what? Like, huh? And I was like, nah, I can't. You know, you can't do that. I'm not about to turn my back on Jesus. That's crazy. Not about to do. Not about to happen. So there was that, and then the other thing was I was approaching New York, these guys, and they're like, man, we really, you know, we're watching you, man. We like your stuff. And they were like, but man, you know, some stuff that, that gets said on your show, we're not really happy with, and it was anytime you talked about, there's a little country in the Middle East, little tiny place, has a lot of power. I don't want, you know which place I'm talking about. It's like they're an ally with us. Yeah, that place, yeah. Anyway, there's this little place over in the Middle East, and they really are against me mentioning anything about that, and it, like in any way, shape, or form, and it better be in a positive manner. And if you have anything, and I'm just like, well, that's kind of sucks, that's kind of weird. Like, so if this place makes a mistake or whatever, I'm not supposed to bring it up. I'm not supposed to talk about it. I can't hold people's feet to the fire. Apparently, it's like everything else is okay. Just don't mention us, And so anyway, just weird, just the prerequisites that I got. And I was like, I can't do it. I mean, I'd rather be free to say anything I want to say, Yeah.
Were they offering you a pay for that position?
Yeah, they were going to give me part of their network. See, what happens when you get involved in the network is what they promise you they promise you that you'll get you'll pad your account with subscribers. That's why you see these channels grow exponentially, and out of nowhere they just boom, thousands and thousands of subs. They promise to give me subscribers, which would in turn would equate to revenue, and then of course profit sharing with the other networks, or the other people in their network, that we all share in the profits. Plus they're a bigger outfit out of New York, and yeah, it was weird, dude. Like they contact, I mean, just weird. And I called the dude back and want to talk to him. I started asking too many questions and he hung up the phone. And that's when I was like, oh man, this is some weird shady shit. Like, I ain't dude, who are you people, man? Like, that's weird, bro. That's some weird. What they want to do is, my opinion, that they don't mind being a part of the that's what I'm saying, like, to all the community out there, man. It's like, you guys gotta be careful where you're getting your information. That's all I'm gonna say. Because I'm not one of those drama channels to be like, this channel's doing this. You need to figure it out for yourself, okay? And if you figure it out for yourself, you'll see that there's a lot of channels, man, that are, they ain't legit, and they're in the conspiracy world. They sure are. They're right amongst you.
Yeah.
They're real close, and they ain't as legit as you think. And they haven't. They'll talk your talk. They'll talk exactly like you, and you'll think, oh man, but I mean, there's too much shit that's gone down. You have no idea, dude. One of these days, man, if like the shit hits the fan for me, and I got to put out that video. The one I've always said I'd release, if like it got bad, like it's my Snowden video, it's like I'm like, here, man, this is it. These are this is what you need to watch out for, because you have no idea the research I've done and seen and what I've been through in YouTube for 4 years, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, people don't even know the stories, dude. So it's wild. Like, so if you're getting into this, man, just be wise as a serpent, as the Bible says. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, you've grown a following organically. You did it all yourself, so I know that's probably more of a better feeling, and you're able to talk whatever you want to talk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I've I mean, this really started out as just a video channel. I was just making videos. I was just like a regular, schmuck, just making, just talking like at some point I'd been on YouTube, like just as a listener and just a watcher, just a subscriber, just like everybody else. And then, at the time, man, back in them days, shoot, there were so many channels speaking their truth, that, I didn't really feel like I needed to say anything. I felt like people were saying enough. But as YouTube started going after those channels and shutting them down one by one, man, they got rid of some good great channels too that I mean, I went back and looked, I was like, oh my God, I forgot I used to be subscribed to that channel. Where is it? And I go there, it's gone, you know, and I'm like, shoot, man, dude, they took down they took down a lot of people, regular folks, and there used to be some videos, man. God, you know, it was before it was really easy to you know, I mean, I guess you could share or save them, but you know, I just didn't do it. I didn't have the space or any whatever to save all these videos. I wish I had, because man, you have no idea the information that used to be out there, man. So good, and now it's gone. It's just freaking gone. I had this list of like watch later videos, dude, and one after the other was a blank screen with the YouTube logo and like gone, remove, and it doesn't even say what the video used to be. I don't even know what it was. But I'm just telling you, there was so much shit that I wanted to go back and either record or watch or whatever, and it's gone. So yeah, so at that time, man, it was just, you know, there was so many folks speaking truth that was resonating with me, and then the Mandela effect hit, and then there was really nobody really talking about it, like to the degree that we were experiencing. So that's why I started. I just got on, you know, I made my first video and said, look, I'm probably I'm either going to be they're either going to come after me like I am the dumbest person in the world, or this might be something really big. But I remember this, you know, and I started talking about it, and that's how it started, dude. You know, and people, you know, started coming to my channel, and then a few channels. I mean, dude, it's weird, man. It's been almost like a reality show, but you won't believe this, but I had videos that were over 1 million views. Early on, like my early videos were thousands and thousands of views, and that's how I grew, you know. And then all of a sudden one day I remember looking at my video, like lost half its views, and I'm like, damn, what happened to the video? Like it is gone. Like all the views are just gone on one full swoop. And then my other videos look like nobody watched them, and it's like just slowly they've just gone after my channel and just I tweaked the settings, you know, tweaked it so that the channel wasn't getting. So if you search the term Mandela effect, yeah, they don't want my channel coming up. You know what I'm saying? Only certain channels get to come up. So that's all I'm gonna say. Okay. They definitely, you look it up, Mandela Monday. Yeah, I mean, it might be hard pressed to find. At least it used to be. I mean, a few months ago, you used to search Mandela effect. I one time went through and looked it up, and my video, just me and as a Mandela effect, you know, with a brand new video out at that time, I went back and looked. I was like 4 pages down or something. You know, it was like with my, you know, channel and everything, and with the views it was getting, it was like, you know, it's better than the ones that were at the, you know, top of the list. Anyway, just stuff you see, man. And I understand why people get frustrated with YouTube and why people are bailing and going to other places, but I don't know, man. I mean, right now, unfortunately, it's just it's a part for the course. You just gotta have to sort of like just hold your nose and deal with it. There's really no other place to go unless I wanted to start my own site, you know, my own place. And I think I'd like to get a lot of people to come over, but would I be able to grow it the way I can? You know, YouTube is still the greatest platform to really grow something, or at least keep the information out there right now. And as long as I'm, you know, playing by the rules and not saying too much and getting in trouble, then they'll let me hang out, I guess. But, you know, I mean, they let me know a few months ago, dude, they can shut me down quicker than shit. They can shut me down for like the stupidest thing. I mean, come on, man. I even talked to YouTube and I was like, yo, man, look, I got this problem. You guys are trying to take my video. What's up with that? Oh, don't worry about that, man. Just try to contact them. We'll give you more time. They told me they'd give me more time to deal with the problem. Well, when the time came up, guess who didn't have any more time? Me. So my video for a 3-second ad that popped up on the screen, not on my broadcast, but well, it was my broadcast, but it was on Noble's computer. He had an ad pop up for 3 seconds and he shut it off, man. And they shut me down for 3 months for 3 seconds. How is that fair in any way? I mean, that shouldn't that even follow under it for 3 seconds? That should just be straight up like, you know, just a regular, you know, average use. Like that shouldn't be what they call that, fair use. That should be fair use. because there was no music, there was no any. It's just a splash screen. And they got me, man. And and I could have fought it and all that stuff, but the other thing is like if you lose, then you get your second strike, and then you're just a third away, and then that's it. Your channel's gone forever, unless you're Richie from Boston. People like that can get their channel shut down and get it back in 24 hours. Just saying. People like him, I guess he got the pull. Hey, I don't know how that happened. I mean, that's weird. I guess some people, whatever. I mean, I guess he just called them up, and I guess that the big bean calls you up and he says, hey, he tells YouTube, I want my channel back now, you MFers. I guess they were like, okay, Richie, we'll give your channel back, even though all kinds of other channels never seem to come back. I don't know. Richie's kind of like a YouTube modern day Jesus. He came back from the dead. It's just amazing. I don't know how that happened, but whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just say this. This whole Mandela effect thing, going through it in the beginning, I'll make this short because I know it's a long show, but in the beginning for me, it was hard, but now I found your channel and a few other, Sandy Diva. And this is like one of the best moments of my life. I have to say that. And you're a part of that. So I definitely appreciate that. Even though your channel may go down or whatever, and you're back up here with the Book of Daniel, and let's see, 1,200 subscribers already on your newest channel.
Yeah,
man, people are here. People are here for you. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're rolling with you, and
Hey, man, it's all good. And like I said, I am totally like that. I've always been like I told you about my friends earlier. I said, man, I got like a handful of friends I can count on one hand that I know that I can trust and that will tell it to me straight, whether we agree or not. And that's okay. And I don't need a whole bunch of friends, and I don't need a whole bunch of subscribers. All I ask is that the people that subscribe to my channel be real. I'd rather have 1,000 real people than 1 million fake that are just hanging out. You know what I'm saying? I don't need all that, dude. Whatever. It's all good. Look, the days of me thinking I was going to go somewhere in YouTube as far as like making an income out of this whole thing, well, that's ain't going to happen. So I'll do other things to supplement myself, and do whatever. I try to make it work. I don't think anybody's ever tried to grow their channel the way I did. Believe me, I tried. Okay. But I'm not really YouTube, how you want to say, I'm not the type of channel or, I don't do whatever. My material isn't YouTube material. Let's put that nowadays. Okay. What we talk about, what we discuss isn't really what they want to really get into. I believe I've been labeled as a quote conspiracy theorist. And if you get that tag, well, in YouTube world, that's a big no nowadays, And so that's the way it is, dude. I mean, I can't do what I can't sit there and be like, okay, well, on today's video, I'm gonna talk about woodworking. That's not what I'm going to do. From time to time, I might throw out a weird random video, but, to be honest with you, man, there's nothing else I can really talk about with passion the way I talk about this stuff, because it affects me and I believe it affects others. And that's why we're all here. So that's it, man. That's it in a nutshell. You just gotta stay with what you find. As far as I'm concerned, to be the best at what you're doing, you got to find the passion in it. And if you don't have the passion for it, then you won't be the best. And that's what will eventually, So I'm just saying, like, maybe you do something on the side. And if you do a YouTube video about something you do on the side that you're not really, it might get views, but you don't have the passion for it. So essentially, it'll eventually fall apart. If you continue to have the passion for something, you'll be fine. You'll be able to move through life and through this world and be fine. Okay. So that's how I look at it, man. But I appreciate it, sir. I really do.
Right.
And we wish you the best, sir. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So do you have anything set up like a Cash App so people could, maybe donate to you?
Man, there's that stuff. I put that stuff sometimes in the description bar.
You gonna
And
make an OnlyFans, Dan?
what's that, Fizzy?
OnlyFans?
What's OnlyFans?
It's an app where you post pictures of yourself and people pay for it.
God, is there really an app that does that? Oh my God, no. Oh geez, that is so weird.
A lot
No.
of YouTubers have them now, Dan.
Oh, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, no, I'm not good. No, good. Thanks for the offer though. As far as supporting the channel, well, we'll be back over in the Scary Performance channel. We have the subscription service, obviously, there. So hopefully that'll be good. And we'll be back and running with that. Maybe some people will let their subscriptions lapse because after all, we're not over there right now. And nobody's got the cool little Beatles and stuff like that we had, and whatever. So there's that. But there's also Patreon. It's fine. I mean, I have that link up too and stuff like that. But I don't ever mention it. I just throw it up there if people, are so willing and they would like to contribute to the channel, then great, man. That's awesome. But at this stage in the game with what's going on right now in everyone's life, I kind of feel it to be a little unnecessary to ask anybody to fork over or help out with the channel when we're all struggling. You know what I mean? We're all in the struggle together. I know other people, and I just don't feel like really mentioning it. I never do. I just, people ask, I'll tell them, but that's how I do it, man. It's kind of like the offering plate. You pass the offering plate, you're not, hey, you want to put something in it? Great. If not, it's all good, man. You're still going to get the same message, and I'm still going to, deliver it. And so that's the way I look at it. So.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So you're going to keep both channels.
Yeah. I'll keep this one up. And more than likely I probably should, considering I've already dealt with the one copyright issue. You never know. And I got to come back here. You got to have your secondary crib just in case your first crib burns down. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. You never know, bro. It might be a situation where I got to come back here. This is a safe house. The Book of Daniel is my safe house. I have the Scare Performance channel. Like I said, we'll be back over there. I think in June. So June 11th. So we'll be back. I should be. I mean, it should be working. Who knows, man? I haven't checked in a while. Maybe it works right now. Maybe I can go live on the Scare Performance channel. But people are already subscribed there, and I'm sure I'll put a link here whenever we go back there and let everybody know, hey, we're back over here, guys. Come this way. So everything should be good. But yeah, it's just one of those things, dude. It's crazy. But yeah, I would recommend for you, being a smaller channel right now, would be a good opportunity to go ahead and start and create your backup channel and just create 2 channels and have one just in case. You never know. I'm just telling you warning. This is a friendly warning to all YouTubers that, it's real simple to have your channel go down for 3 months, especially if you live stream. I could still upload videos, but the live streaming is what I do. Okay. I'm a live kind of guy. Okay. And so, it is what it is, man. So, but for anybody, I would recommend everybody start a backup channel, man, if you're going to do anything on YouTube. You never know. Yeah.
So I had a quick question about the chat. Do you have to be monetized in order to receive money through the chat? I know some people do that. Channel hosts do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can monetize this channel right now if I want. Just gotta let them know, like, hey, I want to monetize. Then they'll have to approve it, and I'm assuming they will approve it, and then that way I could start getting royalties with the super chats and stuff. But the thing is, like, here's the deal, man. You do understand the super chat concept, right? People can donate right in the chat, but you do understand that YouTube takes 30% of that. That's more than the mafia, bro.
Okay.
That's extortion. Okay. That's frankly extortion. But typically, when somebody wants to donate, you're happy to receive anything, so you're like, oh, cool, but in all honesty, I'd rather them use something else, so part of me is like a little reluctant to create it on here on this channel too, because of, I'm only freaking funding the damn people who shut me down, you know? And so I'm like, I don't know. It's sort of a catch-22. I'm sort of in a quagmire and I don't know what to do about it. So anyway, I just feel a little bit indifferent about it now because of what happened to me. So I'm like, oh man, you know, it's like, do I want to give them fools 30% or would I rather have people donate other ways? That's all. Maybe PayPal or something like that. But you know, like I said, you know, it is what it is, man. It's all good. Either way, we're making it. You know, I it's a struggle. It always is. You know, it's been a struggle for 4 years. You know, doing all this, but I got some other things in the works, and you know, it's gonna be okay. And yeah, there's just that, man. Cool. Yeah, man. But I do appreciate the time, sir. Listen, we need to get going here. It's almost 3:48, and yeah, I know it's way past Fizzy's bad time. It's 3:30 in the morning for her, so we need to roll. So thank you for the call, man. And man, we'll talk to you soon, okay? And we'll see you around.
It's always lovely being on, and what's up to the chat and everybody. Make sure you rock steady. Peace.
All right, peace, man. Take care, bro. All right, man. That was propagate the light thing. Propagate this light. I guess he is now because
before we run out.
Yeah, what's up?
I have a question for you.
Oh yes, what is that?
Okay, which one do you like better, Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Okay, now listen to this. I've never heard this before in my life, and I don't know if it's true. I'm gonna have to try it. It says Coke and Pepsi taste different because Coke was invented before refrigeration, so it was designed to be drunk warm, while Pepsi was designed after refrigeration, so it was designed to be drunk cold. As a result, the tastes are different, but if you drink Pepsi cold and Coke warm, they will taste exactly the same.
Who the hell knows?
The things I think about at 3:30 in the morning.
No idea. Like I'm like, first off, drinking a warm Coke or the thought of drinking warm Coke is disgusting. Like absolutely not. That sucker's got to be cold. Drinking any of those soft drinks warm is gross, in my opinion. So, does it taste like Pepsi though? I'll tell you what. Flat warm Coke. I've had it. I mean, on accident, and it definitely doesn't quite taste like Pepsi. But then again,
people always talk about red versus blue, Democrat versus Republican, Coke versus Pepsi, but Coke and Pepsi are now the same. There's probably a metaphor in there somewhere. It's too late. Too late at night.
Oh God, I don't know. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. I mean, you would think that. So if you're saying you drink Coke warm, but Pepsi cold, they taste the same.
Mm-hmm. But you have to ignore the temperature, and your mouth might not be able to do that. Your mouth might say, "Oh, the colder one tastes better." You know what I mean? And yeah.
Maybe so. Weird. Very, very weird. Okay, well, thank you for those strange facts, Fizzy.
It's getting late, all right.
It's getting late. And let me do this quick shout out real quick. Let's see what we have here. Those are still hanging in with us at this early morning hour. Appreciate you guys. Alone One, Blues Girl 65, Crypnotic, David Morris, Edward De Soto, Hannah Walker, Jim Ross, Jose Martinez, Mike Bauman. We have Mandela Mile. And it jumped on me. No. Oh, Melissa Hecker, Michael Fontaine, Jim Ross, Nico, Propagate This Light, Richard Melgar, Skip Thornhooter, Spencer's Mustache, Splatter 420. Let's see. Unborn Baby Egg, Demon Baby Yoda. Variable is with us. Man, Variable's the East Coast too, dude. Oh, sorry, man. Sorry. I know. You guys are up late hanging out with me and being a part of this broadcast. I'm sure there's a few more. Let me see what else we got. Deborah O'Connor sneaking in at the end. CG3 SSF is with us as well. Guardian Matrix. Skip Thornhuta. Who else? Did I say Crypnotic? I think Crypnotic. Didn't they call in earlier? So shout out to them. Thank you for the call. And hey guys, it's been a fun broadcast. As always, you guys take care. And we'll be back with you guys for Mandela Monday. That is Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's 9 p.m. Central. Sorry, 10 Eastern and 7 Pacific or thereabouts, depending on when Diva Dan gets ready. So anyway, guys, thank you all for being a part of this one. And as always, we love you all and take care tonight. All right. See you back here real soon. Bye, guys.